Shout out to LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Shout out to brother LTTV.
LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Shout out to brother LTTV.
LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
LG cooking your ass.
Oh, hell no. That's a big ass roach. Oh no. Oh, hell fucking no, bro. No wonder it was making that sound. I got my bug spray, right?
American women
Please
out here
tell me I got
winning.
my bug spray.
American women out here winning. They're laughing at me, bro. They made videos about me. They're laughing at me.
Sometimes you got to do that.
All of these gifts and money, all these things that trigger your hypergamic desires, they don't come free. Somebody type nothing's free in the chat room. And if all you have is your body to trade, then that's what's going to be traded. But there's a story here that needs to be investigated, and that has to do with the young lady herself, Cassie. To me, she seems to be the quintessential American woman, modern American woman. She left the nice guy, she got with the bad guy, and then left the bad guy for the cleanup guy.
And then it comes into play, whereas that if you know of anybody that's in danger in the welfare of a child, and you see that, and you don't report it, you're just as guilty as the person who does it.
How you feel about the people that say that you should be going to prison for allowing Diddy to do the things that he was doing?
Because P. Diddy saw her for what she was, a shameless opportunist, and he treated her accordingly. So he abuses her, he treats her bad, he basically farms her out for, we'll say, sex activity. After being used and abused by P. Diddy, she goes into her third stage. She's washed up, right? She's hit the wall, she's washed up to get with the bad man. And now she's with the real man who will help her heal her from the result of the bad decision that she made. So, you know, how much pity should we have for Cassie? Huh? Through this whole saga. To me, it seems like the consequences of your decisions coming back to bite you in the hindsight. For lack of a better word, it's karma. She left a good man. She left Ryan Leslie heartbroken.
Yeah, LTTV, Blunt Talk with LT, back at it with another video. All right, so what we just heard in the intro was the most pathetic argument of all time by none other than Dennis Sperling. Who? I know a lot of people are like, who the fuck is that? Yeah, I barely know anything about this guy as well, but I've been informed by many folks in the Discord about his hatred for women, his hatred for black women, his desire to legally separate black men from black women, all sorts of filthy ass talking points by Dennis Sperling. Whoa. So he's basically saying that Cassie left Ryan Leslie heartbroken. A 19-year-old Cassie, or an 18-year-old, I don't know how old she was at the time when she left Ryan Leslie, but she was very young. Basically saying that's why she deserves to be abused, ridiculed, raped, recorded having sex with other dudes, all the sorts of abuse that the assaults, the druggings, all the shit that she dealt with in the relationship with Diddy. She deserves that because she broke Ryan Leslie's heart. That's what this motherfucker said.
Shut your bitch ass up before I get to talking shit about you.
And this is typical manosphere behavior. The dusty dweebs, the nerds, the dudes that didn't get no play and still don't, just crying about women's decisions for picking other dudes other than them. So when it goes bad, oh, they're celebrating it. Oh, you should have picked a dusty ass dweeb like me.
Big Ackles here now.
And it's like, bruh, stop it. Stop it. Get some goddamn help.
Stop it. Get some help.
The hatred for women is the reason why the DHS is all over these manosphere ways trying to get rid of these motherfuckers. Y'all are weakening the larger population of men in your country with these dusty ass talking points, this victimology, this victimhood, the pointing the finger, always having women accountable for the men's mistakes. So this is Diddy's dumbass. Let's get into this this apology before we get into this dumb take by Dennis Sperling, and then we're gonna get into an interview by what's his name, Gene Lead or whatever, one of Diddy's bodyguards. We're gonna get into that from an Art of Dialogue interview. We're gonna get into those takes as well, but let's get into this. So Diddy with the most pathetic bullshit ass apology, because before that, Diddy was doubling down saying enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy.
Oh, yes, the camera loves your nastiness.
Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. So that's what he said.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
Dusty, unaccountable, abusive ass motherfucker. Before the evidence came out, before the tape came out. Now it's too late to charge Diddy for these charges. It's past the time. It's past the statute of limitations. So you can't charge him for the assaults. And the state already issued a statement in regards to that. He said, let me be clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name and my family and for the truth. Sean Diddy Combs. That's what he said prior to this dusty ass apology.
I've seen him do it.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you gotta do that. I was fucked up. I mean, I hit rock bottom.
We don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
It's not an excuse for the abuse.
But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted.
Alright, chump. What the fuck does that mean, nigga? I take full responsibility for my actions. Okay, so you're just saying that on camera and then you're off outside, living your life, trying to be seen doing the most, having an entire photo op captured by the Neighborhood Talk and various other blogs out right after. Diddy spotted publicly out in Miami for first time amid 2016 video of assault on Cassie leaking. So this motherfucker's just parading out here following the video that he shot with that bullshit ass apology. These motherfuckers is filthy out here. This is some filthy work.
I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now.
Now, clearly,
stop the cap.
You denied it. You act like it didn't happen. You were acting like folks were coming for your money on some come up bullshit. You were being very unaccountable, denying it until footage came out. That's what folks do. Folks always do these egregious acts, gaslight the audience, gaslight the public, and then act apologetic when they got caught. Nigga, we don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
1, 2, 3. We don't give a fuck about none of that.
I went and I sought out professional help.
Bitch, who raised you?
I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help.
It's a total fabrication.
Did ya? This is exactly why I had to paste this picture, or the picture of the text of what he said prior to this apology before the video came out. You went and you got some help, right? But you denied the allegations. You're acting like it was all cap. None of this happened. You're protecting your name until the footage came out. Now you got some help. Stop the goddamn cap, nigga. Who's buying this shit? Ain't nobody buying this shit.
Now they're going to therapy. They're going to rehab.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry.
Bro, you're sorry to who? Us? The fans? Potential business partners? Advertisers? Endorsers? Sponsors? Who you apologizing to, sir? You never said Cassie's name once. You're not apologetic to Cassie. What type of bullshit is this? Man, if you don't get this nigga the fuck out of here.
Get him out of here. He's got no place in here. Get rid of him. Okay.
And this nigga is filthy. He's also a child predator, according to testimony from various sources, which we're about to get into. Gotta say allegedly because this is not my statements, or the evidence that I'm presenting is not firsthand from me. But let's get into this.
But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
Yeah.
She knew someone that went through Jimmy Henchman proffer agreement for a drug case. And the proffer agreement revealed that Jimmy Henchman, he could have walked away if he would have given up Diddy. What she mean by that?
Well, what happened was that they had 9 different sessions with Jimmy Henchman regarding his proffer agreement. So that means the feds went in there 9 different times to talk to him. And in those sessions, they asked him, what do you know about Sean Puffy Combs or Sean Diddy Combs? I don't think it was Puffy at that time. It wasn't Diddy at the time. But what do you know about Sean John Puffy Combs having sex with underage boys?
Y'all hear that?
Come on out, you rapist.
The FBI constantly 9 times questioned Jimmy Henchman about Diddy's involvement with sexual activities with underage boys.
It wasn't Diddy at the time. But what do you know about Sean John Puffy Combs having sex with underage boys? And you got to realize, and people never think about this, that Jimmy and his brother I think they had the same charges. But his brother walked away from that, and Jimmy gets life without the possibility of parole, I think. Which is crazy. For any drug charge. Nobody should spend their life in jail for drug charges. And just drug charges. But I think they try to tie him to some murders or something like that. I don't know that to be for sure. But he shouldn't spend his life in jail for no drug charges. Not at all. So, but they was gonna let him walk. If he'd have probably had to for that proffer agreement, they probably would have let him walk. If he had any information regarding Puff having sex with underage boys. That the feds asked him in 2011. In 2011, brother. So what did the feds know? Because the feds not coming there unless somebody made a report or somebody made some allegations against Puff.
Now this is Diddy's ex-bodyguard.
In 2011 to ask a friend of his, Jimmy Henchman, what do you know about that? But for them to ask him about that, it had to be more than a rumor. Somebody made a complaint somewhere. And the feds got hold to that complaint. Now they're going to investigate that complaint when they get people under the barrel, like they had Jimmy Henchman. That's why they asked him.
If he did know information, right, why you think he didn't tell?
Then they would ask, how do you know? And then it comes into play, whereas that if you know of anybody that's in danger in the welfare of a child, and you see that, and you don't report it, you're just as guilty as the person who does it.
How you feel about the people that say that you should be going to prison for allowing Diddy to do the things that he was doing?
Now, if you know about these things and you're in the presence of these things in the years past, it's like that's why if Jimmy Henchman knew about these things and he was tight-lipped, it's because he may have had some involvement. This guy right here, who is his bodyguard, may have some insight to Diddy's fuckery, but if you knew about it and you didn't say anything, what the fuck is going on here? Now, that wasn't how the clip lined it up. I added this in.
Guilty as the person who does it.
He also asked him at a different point in the interview. I just felt like it was great to stitch it in at this point because he was putting that on Jimmy Henchman. So let's see how he answers the question.
You feel about the people that say that you should be going to prison for allowing Diddy to do the things that he was doing?
Let me just say this to you. It's not one victim in the complaint. And I've been on Order Dialogue. I got over 10 interviews on Order Dialogue probably. I probably got over 10 interviews with you, Mike.
More than that, actually.
All right. But it's not one individual that ever came and said, this guy I seen on YouTube was the one who held the door. This guy I seen on YouTube is the one who helped Puff do anything. Like Suge Knight said, and thank you for that, Suge. Suge Knight said, this was not the Puffy we know back then. All this came when he started moving out to California, when he moved out to California and started dealing with certain people, getting record deals, 10 million here. Yo, he got a record deal for $10 million and flopped and came back and got another record deal and then turned in an album for $10 million and it flopped. Why? Why? That's the nature of what he was doing because he was willing to go through those doors.
I'm confused. Like, I gotta let this play a little bit, but he's still not directly answering the question. He's saying, well, so none of the victims can say that he was there and in the vicinity, in the room while Diddy was doing the fuckery, but you were employed by Diddy knowing that these activities may have been happening. And this is why all these dudes get up on these platforms and project on the women, talking about, oh, they're cool with it, they're complicit in it, they're doing it for the money. That's why they speak about it after. And it's like, really and truly, it's a lot of projection, because a lot of these niggas work for and with Diddy, knowing the vile shit that he does, because they get in their money. And they're trying to act like these women who are victims of these dudes were doing it for the money. It's just this projection. It's I don't know, man. There's obviously women that do shit and finesse dudes for money. I'm not gonna try to act like that's not a thing. That is not a thing in this case right here that they're trying to put this out. This is the focus of abuse. This is a case where there's domestic violence, there's assault of Cassie, and rape according to the lawsuits. Sexual endeavors with various other porn star men which Diddy forced her to have sex with. We've seen the tape where Diddy beat her in the hallway, dragged her, kicked her, stole a bag from her, went to his room, came back, threw vases at her, and tried to bring her back to the hotel room. Now they're trying to rebrand this whole situation. There's an idiot that got up on his platform talking about, oh, Diddy did that because she was stealing from him. And it was justified. That's what she got. And I'm like, nigga, what? So she's stealing from the man and calling hotel security to help her get away from the man that she's stealing from. The mental gymnastics of these dusty ass motherfuckers that want to be, they want to point the finger at women, talking about women are unaccountable for X, Y, and Z. But when it's time for a man to be accountable for things that they're obviously at fault for, and it's you that's the primary focus for the fuck shit that you did, they're trying to find some way to spin it and point the finger at the woman. Oh, we're just playing devil's advocate here.
Right there, though. Oh my God, bro, is dick riding all you do? No, I'm saying, you literally got that nigga dick in your mouth right now. I see it.
That people like Christopher Williams wasn't going through. Everybody heard the stories. Everybody just ain't willing to talk about it. And that people like Christopher Williams wasn't going through. Everybody heard the stories. Everybody just ain't willing to talk about it. And if it ain't, that's their choice. But for these people who sit up there and run their mouth and talk about what I should do or I should go to jail, they just making that stuff of a content because they don't have no stories. They didn't live the life I didn't live. They wasn't there.
But that's the problem with your logic, sir. You said anybody that was privy to the damage and the harming of underage children, if they know about it, they're just as complicit as the person doing it because they're not doing anything to stop it. They should not be absolved of their wrongdoings. They're a part of it. But then when it was turned on you because you were a bodyguard for Diddy for years, all of a sudden you didn't know and everything was after the fact and it was when he went Hollywood and X, Y, and Z. But then you're citing things from way back when. You even cited something from 2011. You cited stuff from even before in the other interview because he was talking about the things that Diddy did when he switched his names. He's talking about, oh, he went from Puff Daddy and then a tragedy happened. Then he went to he went from Puffy to Puff Daddy, then he went from Puff Daddy to P Diddy, then he went from P Diddy to Diddy, then he went from Diddy to Brother Love, and you're going down to the chronological order of the events that made him fucked up, and you know about this from leading from the 90s all the way up, and you're acting like, okay, this is some bullshit. Everybody wants to be unaccountable. But then you want to come up and get money and fame and clout off of these stories, but you were a part, you could have stopped some of these things, or you should have never been employed to be this is just bullshit. Everybody just wants to be unaccountable. Although he has some stories and some insight, man, you can't act like you're separate from these things when it's convenient for you, and then you're a part of it when it is for you. Like, that's crazy.
They wasn't around. People didn't come to them and ask them to do certain things. You understand what I'm saying? So they mad. They upset that the Art of Dialogue didn't make Fox. The Art of Dialogue didn't make TMZ. The Art of Dialogue didn't made what was that other news program? Nightline, all these different things. They upset.
Why would we be upset that Art of Dialogue made it to all these different platforms? Shout out to Art of Dialogue. They're doing good for themselves. You're not the owner of Art of Dialogue. So why would people be upset if they have criticism for you? That's just being unaccountable. Oh, they're upset. They're hating. Oh, the ascension of this platform. What the hell does that have to do with the criticism when it's pointed at you if we're criticizing everybody else for their involvement in this activity with Diddy?
No, get your content up. So it don't matter. I'm good. Name when I ever said I saw him do something. I told you I went to the hospital. Yeah, I see Kim faces bruised. You understand? She in the hospital with her man. He about to, he bleeding, profusely. Profusely. He bleeding crazy from his wrist with a t-shirt wrapped around it because she took a corkscrew and said, yo, you hit me again. I wasn't there. I was told to go to the hospital to bodyguard him.
I've seen him do it.
T-shirt wrapped around it because she took a corkscrew and said, yo, you hit me again. I wasn't there. I was told to go to the hospital to bodyguard him.
So you know what happened. You were told to go to the hospital to bodyguard for him. So you are still under his payroll, knowing that he's beating his wife at the time. His then wife, Kim, at the time. She's fighting back because he's abusing the shit out of her. So she cut his wrist with a corkscrew. They're both in the hospital. She's bleeding. Her face is bloody and whatever. And you're there to protect him. So you're on the payroll, complicit, knowing that he's doing these abusive things to his wife at that time, among other things. You heard about the child, the minors, the sexual activities with the minors. You heard about all of that. Like, what are we doing out here?
You understand what I'm saying? I told people when him and Kim was in the room, he doing that play fight and shit like that, and she come out, I'm like, yo, you all right? She said, I'm good. And she'll stay out there,
So you were, he's trying to act like he had no involvement. So you were right there, front and center. You were to the point where you were having conversations with Kim Porter. So what are we talking about out here? You weren't there. You tried to absolve yourself of all include. Wow, why am I struggling today? What the fuck is going on? You are trying to absolve yourself of all involvement in all the activities, but you're able to tell stories, vivid stories of exactly what happened and bloodied people and battered domestic violence cases and all this shit. Like, come on, man.
Room for a little while, then she'll go back in. But I'm never going to see him or nobody else.
You know what's horrible about everything that he said to begin with when he said, there's not one single victim that will be able to sit there and tell them that I was holding the door, that I was there in the room, that I was X, Y, and Z. So the only person that was there that you have a story in reference to is no longer alive on the planet, RIP? So that's why you said that, because she's gone?
I ain't never been that type of dude. You're not going to abuse no kids around me. You're not going to abuse no women around me.
Not according to this account that you just gave. According to this, you will see it and you will still represent Diddy. You will still be a bodyguard for Diddy. So you may have not been there when the incident occurred, but you were there for the aftermath to witness the bleeding, the bloodied, battered folks from the fight. Like, this is filthy work out here. I'm actually baffled. I didn't get to listen to this full part right here because I was more focused on the Dennis Sperling defending Diddy and blaming Cassie. But this is filthy work right now.
And that's point blank. So they can say what they want to say, bro. You know what it is? It gives them content to talk about, to make up Well, if this happened, if that happened. If ands, and buts with candies and nuts, Christmas would be every day. But it's not, brother. You know what I mean?
Get him out of here. He's got no place in here. Get rid of him. Okay.
So P. Diddy has admitted that that was him in the Los Angeles hotel hallway accosting Cassie, his girlfriend at the time. And it's a very unfortunate incident. And I'm glad to know in his...
Shout out to James Morton with the $5 super chat.
I'm getting rich.
James Morton says Diddy is scum and so are his workers and associates. Very simple. They are his lovers of they are all lovers of money, including the women. Cassie went to court to get more. Cassie deserves more money. You go through that type of I really don't think people understand toxic, abusive relationships. Domestic violence at that. We've seen her on camera trying to escape. She was silenced for years. And I don't think people understand what it's like to be signed by a motherfucker. When you are signed to a label, the person that you are signed to, the label that you are signed to, effectively owns your career. If they want to shelve you, they don't want you to ever have an album or a single out ever again. They control that. So Diddy controlled her career, controlled her life, her access, her livelihood. She tried to physically escape. He controlled that. You see how many people are jumping out of the woodworks, caping for him now, even after the tape. So y'all gotta put it into perspective. We've known that the public is, we've heard stories for years, and everybody's protected Diddy. The hotel tape, there's speculation, this is not confirmed yet, that Diddy paid off the person in the hotel to hide the tape. Because why would a tape like that, because she called the hotel phone, they were privy to it, they seen the footage, why would it be suppressed? We don't know for sure yet, but there's reasonable allegations that he paid money to have the footage suppressed, and now it comes out after the point where he can no longer be held accountable criminally for the assault. So he comes up on air talking about, I take full responsibility. Nigga, no you didn't. You paid to suppress it, you lied through your goddamn teeth, you denied it a month ago until the footage came out, now you took full responsibility? You ain't going to jail for it because it's past the time. There ain't no responsibility for this.
Video confession, based on his video confession, that he sought professional help for those actions.
And you bought that after he denied it. He denied he ever did it. He said people are coming for his money, coming for his reputation. The footage came out, then he was apologetic, talking about he went and got help. And you believed it. Why? Because you are somebody that resides in the manosphere. This is what happens for these manosphere, these men caping dudes in the manosphere. It's always defending the men. Oh, let's find some angle to defend the men. The men have to be right in every situation, where the women are the villains. They're a bunch of hypergamists, gold digging, clout chasing 304s. That's the message from the red pill in the manosphere side. Folks can say they're not red pill, they're not manosphere, but their talking points in their crowd says the same. So people like Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews denied it. What did the DHS say? The DHS said something completely different, and this dumbass was surprised. And I'm like, nigga, I've been telling you for years, you dumb son of a bitch, but you niggas don't want to listen. Don't want to listen.
But there's a story here that needs to be investigated, and that has to do with the young lady herself, Cassie. To me, she seems to be the quintessential American woman, modern American woman.
You hear this? Modern American women. Oh, he said woman. But that's their issue. They're always targeting American women. The women that they can't get, that they're so mad that they're going for different dudes, so they try to shame them in any type of way and be like, oh, you had this outcome because you didn't choose a square nerd like me who's crying about women 24/7 on the internet. It's like, come on, man. Do better, stop crying. Go outside instead of being in your green room with this bullshit.
She left the nice guy, she got with the bad guy, and then left the bad guy for the cleanup guy. And that story is something that happens over and over again.
Oh, so she left a good guy, got into a bad relationship, learned from the bad relationship, got back into a good relationship after seeing the dusty, pathetic traits of a person that is a narcissistic, abusive motherfucker in a bad relationship. So a woman can't leave a relationship. Well, she was a young girl at the time. She was 19. I don't know how her and Ryan Leslie broke up. All this speculation of monkey branching, all that crap, I don't give a fuck. That's a 19-year-old girl. Ryan Leslie was 25, 26 at the time. Diddy comes in at 35 years old, swoops up a 19-year-old girl. Oh my God, she broke Ryan Leslie's heart.
You're a victim.
Here we go, CSI.
These pathetic dweebs. This motherfucker literally sat up here and said that this is justification. This is her karma. For a 19-year-old girl leaving Ryan Leslie, this is her karma. So she deserves to get bruised, battered, beaten, stomped on, choked, glass thrown at her from a vase in a hotel lobby or a hallway. What are we doing out here? And that's just what we seen on footage. The lawsuit's way worse. The descriptions are way worse. Shout out to James Morton with that $10 super chat. Hey, yo, W's in the chat for James Morton. He's the only one dropping today. Shout out to you, James Morton. James Morton says, these are things I will not do or associate myself with for money. For instance, for all the money in the world, I will not do certain things. My sisters would have off Diddy before I could get to them. Facts. Shout out to you, James Morton. That's absolute facts. You got to spit that message to Floyd. We got Passport Bro Floyd dusting it up, talking about money is the most important thing ever. It's more important than health and shit. I'm like, okay. Okay, you try living life as a blind paraplegic that's deaf, has all sorts of medical ailments, but you got $1 billion talking about, oh, wealth is more than health, more important than health. It's like, bro, that's why people go outside and do the dustiest things. You got this nigga doing push-ups for super chats. It's just pathetic out here when you put money over everything. You will be bodyguarding for Diddy, knowing that he does all these activities and then try to separate yourself to absolve yourself from the activities while making money doing interviews talking about said activities. It's filthy work out here. And then when we criticize, oh, we're just content farming. These guys are filthy and they can't be accountable for their dusty ass behavior. That's why I fully agree with this James Morton super chat that I struggled to read. Shout out to you. Hold up, y'all. I'm very parched, y'all. I'm struggling, but let me. Shout out to MDZ1986 with the $5 super chat.
I'm getting rich.
All right, man. I regret even saying shout out to MDZ1986 now that I read the first sentence. Or the first sentence of this paragraph. This is a terrible paragraph, bro. Dennis is correct here. This is a common issues with most sisters and modern women in general. They pick terrible men and get terrible treatment. All right, yo. This is pathetic. This is victim shaming. This is being unaccountable for an abusive, toxic motherfucker. It don't matter if you choose wrong and you end up in a wrong relationship. Life goes on. You end up in bad relationships at times. There's no relationship or justification for being a violent, physically abusive motherfucker in a relationship. You can't say, oh, you chose wrong and X, Y, that's not what you expect in a bad relationship. They want to blame everything on the woman. Oh, she chose wrong. Okay, so when is it the man chose wrong? So when you get daisied, when is it the man chose wrong? It's always the woman's fault, huh? Shout out to MDZ. Wait, why am I saying this shout out, man? Get the fuck out of here, man.
What the hell was that?
Man, $2, man. You're gonna need more than $2 for a shout out. Diddy still ain't is though. See, that's the problem. You guys try to add that's that bullshit. That is the bullshit. You guys try to say Diddy ain't shit while trying to still point the finger and victim shame the woman that got beat up. Oh yeah, we can see both sides of the argument, X, Y. Nah, that's fucking horseshit. That is the epitome of unaccountability. When men fuck up, we point the finger at the other man and say, you fucked up, fix that shit. Ain't no dusty ass apology without changed behavior. And Diddy's been gaslighting for years. He knows he has a pattern of this behavior. This dusty ass nigga did a photo op following it. He did a dusty ass apology, and then he's out here in Miami. Photo op. Wearing damn near the same outfit I wore in the last episode. Like, what are we doing out here? This is filthy work. Filthy work. You don't get to represent both sides of this shit. You don't get to do that.
Throughout Western countries, because women have the ability to pick and choose different men, and oftentimes...
Oh, they have the ability, so you want to remove the ability from women to force them to choose the right dude, and that dude will happen to be one of you dusty ass niggas in the manosphere, right? Come on, man. Who you fooling? Who you dusty ass niggas fooling?
Happens over and over again throughout Western countries, because women have the ability to pick and choose different men, and oftentimes when presented with the opportunity to pick a good man over a rich man, they'll pick the latter because of hypergamy. So, you know, and Cassie personifies that, and she went through the 3 stages that many modern women go through as far as their dating life is concerned. The first stage, she's in a good relationship with a good man. Many of you guys don't remember this, but she was dating Ryan Leslie. For all intents and purposes, he was...
We don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
He was a nice guy. He treated her well.
Bro, she was a 19-year-old girl that was dating a 26-year-old dude at the time. Ryan Leslie is no goddamn victim. Women are not beholden to some dude because she met him and they were in a relationship together. If she ended up leaving Ryan Leslie, that's life. We don't even know how the relationship ended. This is ended. This is pure speculation. Everyone's saying monkey branch X, Y, and Z. Speculatory. We don't know. But even if it's confirmed, who in the fuck cares? Why we crying about this?
Crying to me, and I'm not having it.
She left Ryan Leslie, moved on to Diddy. Does that mean she deserves to be battered and violently beaten by Diddy? These niggas is stupid, man.
And she left him for Diddy. And the way in which they met was that apparently Diddy came to visit their studio, okay? Because Ryan Leslie is a producer, and hypergamy kicked in. You know, he was there to do business. Hypergamy kicked in, and we understand the insatiable nature of women, and wanting a powerful man, wanting a rich man. And so she flowed into her second stage, powered by hypergamy and monkey branching. And now she's got Diddy, this powerful man who literally controls the music industry.
Okay, so what do we call it when a man leaves a relationship that is not the best for him? The woman talks back all the time. She gives him a problem. They're never on the same page. They don't agree. She's toxic. She's always complaining. She's yelling. She physically abuses him. And he's like, you know what? I don't need this headache. I need to be salubrious with my well-being. I need to, you know, elevate in my lifestyle. Like, I need to do better. I need to have some peace. And then he moves on to another woman. Is he all of a sudden a villain for leaving that woman? Is she now a victim? Because that is what he was describing when he was talking about, oh, she left Diddy, the toxic person, and now she found her way back, because she's at the end of her cycle. She finds herself into a good relationship with a loving, wholesome man. She's a villain for that. She completed the cycle. She gave up one good dude, ended up with a villain, and then found her way back into a good dude, so now she's a villain for that? Or isn't that just the natural order of relationships? Sometimes you have something good, it's not fully good, you're not fully compatible, you think the grass is greener, you stumble onto a dusty, toxic-ass relationship where you get trapped in there for years. You see all the negative traits that you do not want in a person, because she's seen that, which she did not want in a man. And then she found somebody that does not display those traits. And now she's a villain for it. She completed her modern woman arc. This is pathetic.
And in her mind, this powerful man is going to help her push her to the next level. He's going to help her achieve status, and wealth and fame, and he's going to bolster her music career, when in actuality, her music career began to go on the decline.
And why was that? Because she was in a toxic, abusive relationship. On the decline. Why? Because when you're signed to somebody, they effectively own you. They can control when an album drops and when an album gets shelved. You want to do collabs? Okay, you run it by the label. They're not clearing the song? Okay, it ain't coming out. You're not profiting off of no music unless the label wants you to. You're going to have to put out mixtapes, nigga. Ain't nobody listening to mixtapes anymore. The fuck are we talking about? When you're owned by a record label, you're owned. These folks have no idea about the music industry.
So instead of coming up, she began to go down. Because P. Diddy saw her for what she was, a shameless opportunist, and he treated her accordingly.
Now, he's saying that P. Diddy seen her as a shameless opportunist, and he treated her accordingly. This is justification for saying, oh, she's a gold digger 304, so I get to beat her up. I get to be abusive. I get to be toxic. I get to do all these things because she's just in it for money. But you allow her to extract the resources, and then you're mad because, oh, that's what she's there for, so you get to beat her up?
Hold up. What is this shit?
Bro, folks are subscribed to this shit. Y'all should see the likes in this. You should see the comments on this. You seeing this shit? 655 likes. Well, last time I seen it, there was like one dislike, and it was me.
I've seen him do it.
I did that shit. Guilty as fuck.
Stop the cap.
I didn't, but I'm gonna go back and hit that dislike button anyway. But look at this, man. Look at these idiots. She's just a 304 doing 304 activities. So you've seen a woman get beaten in the hallway, dragged by a man, stomped on, kicked, glass thrown at her, and that's, oh, it's the 304 doing 304 activities. This is crazy. The one flaw in your argument is she didn't leave Diddy. Diddy released her back to the streets. I love how you broke this down. She's a lowlife. Diddy is dead wrong. She's was paid for. Now, this is what I'm talking about. They want to actually say at the end, oh, but Diddy was wrong though. Oh, Diddy shouldn't have done this. While still ripping into the woman instead of holding the man accountable for perpetrating the fuckery in the abusive relationship. Still somehow the focus is on the woman. Oh, she's a 304. She was just gold digging. This is pathetic. These guys show their hate for women. It's filthy, man. This is why the DHS is all up on these motherfuckers. They shutting this shit down. Y'all are weakening men. And America ain't having that. They ain't trying to have a nation full of weak-ass motherfucking incels. Shout out to A-Lady747 with the $2 super chat. A-Lady747 says, DS speaks for unwanted, failed incels in the chat. DS is Dennis Sperling. Yep, that's facts. Absolute facts. Shout out to A-Lady747. W's in the chat for A-Lady747. Now, Uncle Luke, 1980s with the $10 super chat.
I'm getting rich.
I ain't gonna say shout out until I read this comment because this seems like this is going left. All right, so Uncle Luke says, I think what we are seeing here is a pattern of bad choices that black women unfortunately make in choosing men. This has been our downfall as a community. Also, it causes single mother epidemic. All right.
Get him out of here. He's got no place in here. Get rid of him. Okay.
Clearly, these dusty-ass Dennis Sperling fans have infiltrated the chat and the super chat. These incels are throwing money at me to argue the point and stand up on Dennis Sperling's side. What is this? This is filthy work. Single mother epidemic? Do y'all realize that there's two sides to the single mother epidemic? When Fresh was like, oh, let's abort this baby, everyone was like, oh, now you're a single mom. They're singing the song. It's like, okay, so there's a negligent, absent father, and you're going to celebrate Daisy potentially being a single mom? She aborted that too, so that whole case died, and she's unaccountable just like Fresh. But nonetheless, it's crazy with y'all. Takes two. talking about single mothers and their bad decisions. Well, the man doesn't give a fuck about the community or the family either because he's gone. He's absent. Talking about single mothers. Wrong channel to try that with. We don't play that shit.
So he abuses her. He treats her bad. He basically farms her out for, we'll say, sex activity. You know, and I don't want to go into too much detail into that.
All right, so that's okay, right? He farms her out for sex activity. Ain't Andrew Tate fighting for his life right now with that sex trafficking shit? Farming out for sexual activity sounds like some sex trafficking to me. So you cool with that? Everything is all these criminal acts from the men are just glossed over. Just it's okay because she broke another man's heart prior to getting to that man. Is this how pathetic you dweebs are in the manosphere, in the red pill space? Do your emotions and your feelings mean that much to you? Are you that broken and crippled to the point where you're like, oh my God, she deserves it all of a sudden? This is pathetic. And this is the internet, y'all.
But that's what he sees her as. So now, after being used and abused by P. Diddy, she goes into her third stage. She's washed up, right? She's hit the wall. She's washed up. He probably doesn't treat her with the priority that he once did.
She hits the wall. She's washed up. By the time she hits, what, 30? Diddy met her at the age of 35? Oh, but she was in her prime and everything when she was 19. You guys are a bunch of filthy-ass predators, man. You're going to have to add these niggas to the list with Fresh and Fit and all these other dusty niggas in the underworld of the manosphere because these folks are all financed by the same folks. Dennis Sperling, Team Pedo, Tommy Sotomayor. I see the same dusty-ass troll in their chat throwing $100 super chats, $200 super chats. The man's name is Saul T. Balls. Pause. That's the man's name. One of their top financiers trying to push these incel dusty talking points. Listen, y'all. The research in regards to this entire space is extensive. If I were to do a show breaking down all the things that I know about this space and all the shit that they left, quite apparent and obvious that these is a bunch of incel red pill rage with these dusty ass rejected folks. If they just knew the trail that they left behind, dusting it the fuck up. It's about to be a cooking season. It's about to be a whole grilling season all summer out here, man. All these niggas getting cooked. It's gonna be filthy out here. Y'all, it's about to be as filthy as these likes. Can we get these likes up, y'all? The chat's looking filthy. Let's get these likes up, chat.
LT checked him. LT said,
Yeah, these likes are filthy, bruh. Let me refresh this browser. I ain't even reading the super chats until we get these likes up. Nope. We have too many Dennis Sperling dick eaters here. Too many meat huggers in the chat. What's going on with these likes, man? We don't play that cowardice over here. This is not a safe space for men to insulate their feelings on some pussy shit. That's the problem with these niggas on the internet. So insulated. Oh, we need a safe space. And you're men? Please. Fuck out of here, man. Uncle Luke with the $10 super chat. No shout outs for you Dennis Sperling fans.
I'm getting rich.
Well, first and foremost, I'm an advocate for marriage and nuclear families. A lot of these men are losers, but you gotta call both parties accountable. Accountability goes both ways. Champion our best and brightest. Bro, there's no... I'm just gonna leave that one alone.
She was a young woman in her early 20s, because there's always a new pop star coming along. There's always a new starlet coming along, and who's willing to make out with the boss and do whatever he says.
What, nigga? What is this nigga saying? Let me pull this back real quick. And Destron, irregardless, bro. Irregardless? That ain't a word, bro. That ain't a word. Throw that shit out. Fuck that! I don't want to ever see that shit ever again, bro. Regardless. She's like a fourth black, but regardless of her blackness, it shouldn't even be a talking point. Make it a race issue is retarded. Irregardless is retarded as well, sir. Remove that from your from your vocab. Shout out to CJOJ with the $2 super chat.
I'm getting rich.
Unfortunately, many black men are a lost cause. Yikes. Yikes. CJOJ saying
Some of them going to sleep. Fuck that!
yikes. Nah, that's just the internet, man. Listen, man. That's just the internet. I realize that the internet talking spaces, especially the manosphere and the red pill space, is not a good reflection of society. What we see here, the women on these channels, on these panels, the men on these panels and channels, they're not reflective of the society. Don't let these idiots be like, oh, you're not here, you don't. It's like, bro, stop it. Stop it. These are the struggling bottom dwellers, the folks you don't see when you go outside. They're always on the internet crying and complaining. I don't see these niggas in real life. I don't deal with folks in real life like I deal with folks on the internet. The comments, the angles, the mentality that these folks have, it's just like, who are these niggas, man? Who are these niggas? They don't represent black men. You say irregardless, well, you get hit with this too. Ain't a word, man. Ain't a word.
There's always a new starlet coming along, and who's willing to make out with the boss and do whatever he says in the hopes of coming up.
Oh. Let's put this into perspective. Let's say there's a young, promiscuous young girl who does exactly what he says. They're willing to do some sexual activities. They're willing to kind of sell themselves a little bit to the boss for a promotion. Listen, y'all. You know what else is a word? Do you know what else is a word? Conversate. Conversate is now a word. Do I respect that as a word? We're just lowering the standards. The word is converse. Now it's been so much errors to the point where they're like, you know what? Just throw conversate in there. Just throw irregardless in there. And it's like, bro, what?
And so she does what? She leaves the relationship.
You can say irrespective. Irrespective is a word, and it makes sense. Irregardless is just a dumbass word, bruh.
All right? And then she finally meets a real man. Somebody type real man in the chat room. She finally treats a real man who will help heal her, right? Heal her from the damage that she suffered. Keeping in mind, she left the good man, Ryan Leslie, to get with the bad man. And now she's with the real man who will help her heal her from the result of the bad decision that she made. So, you know how much.
Now we can't make the distinction between just ebonics and street slang and street talk to just words that are not. Hell nah, nigga. I'm dying on the dumbest hill. I'm pulling a Duke right now. I'm dying on the dumbest hill possible. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm not accepting this shit. We are dying on the dumbest, most irrelevant hill possible. Let's do this. Let's fight this out to the death. What word are we arguing about? What are we doing again? What word is it again? Is it what is it? What? What are we arguing about again? What am I arguing to the death? Irregardless. Okay, irregardless. Non-standard, huh? Is irregardless a word? Yes. It may not be a word that you like or a word that you would use, but irregardless certainly is a word. Okay, so I'm just in my feelings. I'm just in my feelings dying on a hill because I don't like it personally. So I'm in my feelings. I'm going to die on this hill. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to die on this hill. A dusty ass crash out over the word irregardless. Jesus Christ. All right, y'all, I'm wrong. I am wrong. I am so fucking wrong. I need to learn the rules. Shout out to Destron. Prove my dumb ass wrong.
This is it. Nobody gonna work with me.
All right, that's the end of my career because we're not allowed to be wrong on YouTube. We got to fight it to the bitter end, even though we look even dumber fighting it to the bitter end. Yep. It's a wrap, folks. End of the show. We're done here. Nothing more to talk about.
That's all, folks.
I'm getting rich.
Shout out to Lee with the $6 PayPal. Lee says Dennis has advocated for DV in 4K, wants black men and women to legally and politically be separated. Advocates for American black women to dress in hijabs. Whoa, there's more? Why can't I see the more? Yo, PayPal is just dusting it up. How come I can't see the more? I can't see the more. It just ends there. Advocates for American black women to dress in hijabs. You kind of hear that from his rhetoric. He's talking about, oh, they have the choice to make bad decisions, so they're making them. And it's like, wait, why would they not have the choice? People fuck up. People make bad decisions. You think women are supposed to be perfect? They can't stumble into a bad relationship and then leave that relationship? This whole thing is just a bunch of filthy work out here. Just a whole bunch of filthy work.
Pity should we have for Cassie? Huh? Through this whole saga. To me, it seems like the consequences of your decisions coming back to bite you in the hindsight. For lack of a better word, it's karma. She left a good man. She left Ryan Leslie heartbroken. Okay? This man, she had the perfect scenario. He loved her. He treated her well. He was her writer. He was her producer. He helped her create some great hits. She never would have ended up like this had she just stayed with that good man. So how much?
Oh, so women are prisoners to the first relationship that they stumble in. Oh, so she could have avoided Diddy by being with Ryan Leslie forever. So because she broke Ryan Leslie's heart, now she deserves to have her face broken by Diddy, stomped on by Diddy, glass thrown at her by Diddy, sexually abused allegedly by Diddy.
Of the fault should be allotted on Cassie. And some of you all find this distasteful. And some of you all will be triggered by this because many of you all suffered from relationships in which you were mistreated. But at the end of the day, unless you were a child, then you volunteer.
Oh, shit. Okay. So shout out to Uncle Luke 1980 with the $2 super chat. Uncle Luke says, at least I am proficient in the English language. Well, you got to prove that, sir. Sitting down on your couch, sending a bunch of super chats, being able to rely on Google, have a spell check and all that shit in your phone. That don't prove shit. You get up on air live, cover a bunch of topics, speak for several hours, and let's see if you are that proficient in English and see if you don't make errors on air, nigga. The fuck? These motherfuckers act like they perfect and they dusting it up.
Volunteered for that relationship, and you stayed in that relationship. You see? She had a good man, but she didn't appreciate it. And this should.
Bro, she was a 19-year-old girl. How long was she with Ryan Leslie? She's not allowed to leave the man without these dire consequences of being beat up by Diddy, and you're thinking that's justified? Oh, women end up in bad relationships. So do men. It's life, bro. What the fuck is wrong with these dweebs?
Be a lesson for all women. Those rich and powerful men that you run to, the majority of those men view you as nothing but toys for their own personal pleasure. And so most people have very little sympathy for you.
What, nigga? The folks that reside in the red pill and the manosphere space have very little sympathy for her. The fuck? We know how rich men like to objectify women and just like run through them and send them on their ways and look for the new youngest hot woman. That does not mean they are allowed to physically assault and abuse them. Well, he's trying to conflate two different topics. Oh yeah, rich men are just trying to run through these young women and they're not really trying to treat them well and wife them up and X, Y, and Z, and women are stupid for entertaining those type of men. Great. What the hell does that have to do with abuse and assault? These are steps that are way too far in line and you're trying to justify that. This is crazy.
Because we see you for what you are, as an opportunist. You weren't there on his come up. You didn't help him come up. You left your good man for this bad boy. Literally, he has a record label called Bad Boy. You left this good man for your bad boy. And you got the results that we expected. You knew what you were getting involved in. And you happily went along with it. And now you ended up with you're a broken woman with a broke bag, with a broken, Brad, actually. You see? And
this is the problem. This is Franklin Goodwin. Somebody, he said, bro just said he's rich. Of course he's going to beat you. You should have known this. So I know what tone Franklin Goodwin is coming and saying this comment, and he's basically saying that this is a dumbass comment that Dennis Sperling is saying. Why the fuck do you think because a person's rich that the laws no longer apply to them? They can just beat you and get away with it and assault you. That I'm pretty sure that's what you're going with. And then we have this. Again, y'all don't get it. You can't play both sides of this shit. You can't play both sides of this. Oh, the women need to do better. Like, no. The men need to hold violent. Hold up, man. This episode is actually pissing me off. These Dennis Sperling fucking meat huggers with their dumb ass. Oh, he's both. No. Give me a second, y'all. This is really annoying the fuck out of me now. You guys are trying to have an intellectual conversation, trying to say they both need to be accountable for their parts in the assault. You're victim shaming and trying to say the victim should have done something different to not be a victim by the malicious, violent predator Diddy. That's what's going on here. It's filthy work. Shout out to Lee with the $5 super chat.
I'm getting rich.
DS also dedicated a song to a Filipina named Joan because she says that American women don't wash their kitty. The name of the song is Your Kitty Stinks or Your Pussy Stinks, Your Cat Stinks, whichever one of the threes. Yikes. Listen, man. Excuse me, my bad. Sorry, chat. W's in the chat for Lee. W's in the chat for Lee with the $5 super chat. Give me a second. Got to check that PayPal as well. Yo, I ain't getting notifications for the PayPal. I don't know what's going on. Oh, no, I am. My bad. Another $5 or $6 super chat or PayPal by Lee.
I'm getting rich.
The fuck? Hold up, chat. Nope, this is the same PayPal. This is the same shit. I'm getting too confused, man.
Now some in low key trying to blame all black men for this, and I'm gonna deal with that in a minute. But
nah, this is where we go. When people are saying all black men are this, black men are lost, hip hop is X, Y, this is on Diddy. This is on Diddy. And this is what I don't like when we try to hold an individual accountable for their fuckery, and we try to have these actions not persist amongst men. Folks always find a way to add somebody else in here. Point the finger at somebody else. Say somebody else was included. Oh, it's Cassie's fault for X, Y, and Z. No. Men should not, under any circumstance, I don't give a fuck how much money you niggas get. These motherfuckers act like, oh, I got some bread now. Now I can beat women and get away. Like, no, nigga. No, the message is towards violent and abusive men. This is not okay. What you've seen from Diddy is not okay under any circumstances. If you think you're going to be a rich millionaire and do this, you're going to get all your deals, all your endorsement deals, anything you got to get that money, the business ventures that you have tied, entangled with other folks in, they're going to drop you. They ain't going to stand by you with this bullshit. We're not going to stand with this. We're going to stand against this. So when people are talking about, oh, well, Cassie's makes bad decisions. Who the fuck cares if a woman makes a bad decision and ends up with a person that's a bad guy? We have to look at the guy and be like, you can't be abusing women, and this abuse for women can't be propagated among these airways and act like, oh, it's her fault because she got with a bad boy. Oh, she needs to be with us square dweeb losers in the manosphere. Like, no. Society's set up where there's laws and there's rules. You can be with whoever you want to be with. They have to abide by those rules, and if they don't, they go to jail. This argument is getting annoying and tired, man. This is just like basic common sense shit that I'm arguing against.
The first thing that we need to address, right? Okay? Not the first thing, but another thing that we need to...
Shout out to Random University with the $5 super chat.
I'm getting rich.
Random University says, these ass wipes keep trying to play both sides. Diddy is trash, but there had to be a reason why she deserved those beatdowns and actually wanted them. Shake my head. This is exactly what I'm talking about. They're literally trying to justify everything. They can't say, oh, they literally trying to play that both sides shit. Oh, Diddy is trash. What he did was X, Y, and Z. But then you're trying to justify why he beat her up. That's the problem with these folks. They're trying to say, oh, no, personal accountability. You can't justify these actions. You can't say, oh, she was in a wrong place. You can't do that shit. Like, I really don't understand the logic behind this. Oh, she was trying to come up off his money. Even if that was true, what the fuck says that she deserves to get her ass whooped? She deserves to be physically assaulted within the confines of a relationship. Like, what the fuck are we doing out here?
Address is that, you stayed with this man. You stayed with him. This incident that happened in the hotel happened in 2016.
This guy is a legit idiot. You spent money today on my chat, sir. You're a legit idiot. You said all podcasters want to get on the internet and talk crazy, but as soon as someone challenges their points, you can't handle it. Nigga, I'm telling you why your points are asinine. And you're repeating the same point without substantiating anything. Just the same old dumb talking point. You realize I've been battling the same talking point and telling y'all how stupid you are while dismantling your talking point? Apparently you can't handle it because you can't say anything new. It's just, oh, personal accountability on both sides. Okay. So let me shoot you in the face and tell you personal accountability. You shouldn't be around a nigga like me. Oh, I'm right. I'm right because I'm a goon. You should just take that shot in your face, pussy ass nigga. And I'm right for that, right? Personal accountability. Don't get around LT. He'll shoot you in the fucking face. Huh? Does that sound logical? Does that sound like I'm in the right here because I can just say things? You dumbass. Get the fuck out of here, man.
16, and apparently the relationship didn't end in 2018 or 2019. So you stayed with him for another 2 to 3 years dealing with this. So what does that say about you? Where are you?
What does that say about you? Do you see where it goes? It goes into these folks trying to gaslight toxic, abusive relationships. Do you understand that when you are in a toxic, abusive relationship, when a dumbass comes up to you and approaches you with the, why don't you just leave? Why don't you just leave? Why don't you just get educated on the dynamics of what particularly goes on in these domestic these domestic violent situations and these toxic abusive relationships. I think these folks need some insight. I think that I'm going to have to do something to really educate folks. So this is not even an argument or a discussion. This is just a formal education for idiots that don't have basic common sense. So we're going to have to scale this back a bit, and we are going to have to get in information mode, because there's one thing that I cannot stand, and that's an idiot. Can't stand idiots. Don't like them. And there's a massive population of idiots on the internet. A massive population of idiots in the... Actually, I can't say massive. Yeah, the population's kind of dusty over there. There's not a lot of people that follow this shit. How much subscribers is this nigga at? What is he at? Yeah, but a bunch of dusty ass niggas regardless. Let's get back into this, man.
Your priorities. Clearly it wasn't your own well-being. You didn't have children with him, so you didn't stay for the children. So what are we as the public supposed to deduce from this? Huh? You stayed with him.
What is the public supposed to deduce from this? She stayed with him. We watched a woman who was contractually bound, owned by Diddy, who was her boss and her man at the time. She was 19, so he was grooming her, a grown-ass adult 35-year-old man with a 19-year-old. All right? Y'all gotta stop bugging me about these receipts in the chat. Like, listen, we can cook this man's entire life with all the receipts in the world. I'm doing a breakdown at the topic at hand. We're speaking about the topic and the matter at hand. If I want to do a hit piece where I'm just cooking this guy with all the negative, dusty shit that he's done in the past, this will be a very lopsided, one-sided breakdown where he's absolutely getting obliterated and held accountable for his dusty rhetoric. That's not what I'm doing right here. That's not what we're doing. We're arguing his talking points on this specific case and what's going on with Cassie. Although he said a bunch of things about deleting black women, separating from black women politically, all these other talking points, we're not going to get into. We're not going to watch all these videos about that. We're not going to do that today. We're strictly talking about folks that are trying to bring in this new ripple or this new argument, this new angle of let's put Cassie up on stage now. Let's see what's the decisions that she made and where she went wrong here. Instead of acknowledging that when you get to a point where you're physically abusing somebody, you're beating a woman, all that other shit goes out of the motherfucking window. I'm not talking, oh, she makes bad. What the fuck are we doing out here? That's a way to put it on the women and talk about their decisions in men. So you're trying to make women get away from a certain subsect of men instead of improving that subsect of men. Oh, you got to see both sides of the argument. No, you guys are being unaccountable. Because when it's a woman doing something wrong, cheating, belonging to the streets, having babies outside of the relationship, and forcing a man to be the father, deceiving them, y'all don't want to talk about what men got to do to avoid these situations. Y'all just want to point the finger at the women and say, oh, these modern women have steps of X, Y, and Z, and there's nothing. Like, y'all, do y'all realize what y'all do? Y'all propagate the weakest and the most pathetic ideology out here.
Because you wanted the money. So how much sympathy should we have for you as an opportunist and a gold digger?
I let this nigga talk for about 3 seconds. And this is where I left off.
Your own well-being. You didn't have children with him, so you didn't stay for the children. So what are we?
Oh. Don't they say that's what the women do? So they don't have an argument, so all they do is try to shame. Oh, you must have been raised by a single mother. Oh, so that's not an argument for my argument. That is ad hominem attack. Just like you say the women do, huh? You guys just want to be women so badly, huh?
Is the public supposed to deduce from this? Huh? You stayed with him because you wanted the money. So how much sympathy should we have for you as an opportunist? And
all right, y'all. Y'all really gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop this. Y'all gotta stop telling me to check my PayPal and there's no goddamn money in the PayPal. What are y'all doing to me today? Are y'all really trying to throw me off focus that bad today? What is going on here? I read the only one single PayPal that I got. Dennis has advocated for DV and 4K and wants black men to be and women to be legally, politically separated. Advocates for American black women in hijabs. I read this already. There's one PayPal, y'all. One. I read this already. Blowing up my phone for this shit.
A gold digger. How much?
Yeah, man, there's no fucking money. You guys tell me to check my PayPal again. There better be some motherfucking cash in there.
Mi cash, ya. 2 horas y cash y let's go, Joe. No más. Cash.
You'll get your stuff, no problem.
Mi cash.
I got you. Chill.
Mi cash.
And now you want to turn around and spin the situation around. You didn't get the bag that you thought you were going to get, so now you want to secure the bag. And so basically it's like alimony without marriage.
No. Keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. This idiot is providing this commentary following the release of the 2016 footage of Diddy assaulting Cassie in the hallway. This isn't, oh, it's speculation, oh, it's in the lawsuit, it's, oh, we're just thinking about it. This is following everything we've seen. And this is the statement that Dennis Sperling provides. This is pathetic, man.
And spin the situation around. You didn't get the bag that you thought you were going to get, so now you want to secure the bag. And so basically it's like alimony without marriage. Because you broke, and the man you with is broke, and you missed that lifestyle. And so here's an opportunity for you to do it.
Shout out to Random University with the $5 super chat. Random University says the losers saying she should have stayed are the same cucks that stay with abusive women, serially cheating on them, going outside like DJ Academic. Shut the fuck up. That's facts, man. That's fucking facts. Shout out to Random University with the $5. W's in the chat for Random University. Listen, these motherfuckers make no goddamn sense. These motherfuckers at one hand, they'd be like, oh, why'd she stay so long? Why'd she stay so long? Basically gaslighting the toxic entrapment of an abusive relationship. Gaslighting the whole controlling ways that this motherfucker had during that abusive relationship. And then when she leaves, oh, she should have stayed. She should have endured the abuse. Look at the money she has. She's a powerful man, blah, 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 blah. All this bullshit. You hear them making both sides of these arguments to basically cape for men and not hold men accountable when they're supposed to. You heard Myron's take? Oh, it looked like he was going for a bag. There was another idiot that Flacco reacted to where he was like, oh, she was stealing money from him. So that's why he did what he did. They're trying everything they possibly can to justify this filthy work.
Come up. Okay. But at the end of the day, you stayed with this abuser. You stayed with him because your hypergamy said, I'll set my own personal safety aside.
This guy's a lawyer, right? This guy's a lawyer, so there's no way he actually believes the bullshit rhetoric that he's spitting right now. He's educated. He must know or be informed to the dynamics and the controlling ways and the entrapping ways of toxic abusive relationships. Did he not see the footage of her physically trying to leave and being held back? Calling the phone for hotel security, nobody approaches, nobody comes to save her.
So I can be associated with this man with influence and power. Yes, again, Sean Combs has admitted on a video that that was him. He has accepted responsibility for it. You knew this the whole time, yet you stayed quiet. And you did it for the money. And so now, because there's money involved, if you talk, now you talking. You talking now because it's a money-making opportunity. So what lesson have you actually learned? What lesson are you conveying to the young women out there? Are you telling them don't do it? In actuality, no, you tell them to go ahead so you can get your 30 million. Somebody type 30 million in the chat room. She gets, Cassie gets to ride off in the sunset on her white horse with her new situation, with her beta male Brad, being cheered all the way by the public. And to me, this is...
Oh, now her white man that she ended up marrying is a beta male Brad. This is pathetic.
Horse with her new situation, with her beta male Brad, being cheered all the way by the public. And to me, this is a sad reflection on society. This so-called victim, while living and rolling and living a high life, living high and mighty for a decade, right? Victim or not, she made a conscious decision to be with this man. So why are we defending this nonsense? Why are we trying to allow this woman to be the victim? Huh? You need to stop making her out as an innocent victim in this saga when in actuality she was a willing participant.
Oh, so all the idiots that were sending super chats trying to represent dusty ass Spurling's point of view, this dusty ass perspective, you motherfuckers that were talking shit, talking about, oh, you gotta see the signs, the patterns, the single mothers, talking about personal accountability. You motherfuckers, the truth comes out, huh? The truth comes out. This isn't a thought. This isn't like one of these, what is the word I'm looking for? I'm dusting it up right now, vocabulary-wise.
She knew from the onset, during the course of the relationship, even before the relationship, what Sean Combs was about. This man has been in the industry for over 30 years. He's dated plenty of women. He has a reputation in the industry that women knew about. And she, like many other women, willingly stayed with this man for the money, for the power. You see? And now she gets an opportunity to ride off in the sunset with the bag.
I'm assuming that Dennis Sperling suggests or has no problem with women being hit, brutalized, stomped out, choked, whatever type of violent attack you can name. He does not mind women being attacked by men.
With this man for the money, for the power. You see? And now she gets an opportunity to ride off in the sunset with the bag. You see? So obviously it's always been about the money. Nobody thinks or thought that this woman loved this man. Nobody thought that she left her good man. But
yep, it's fully uncovered. It's fully there. Shout out to Lee with the $5 PayPal.
I'm getting rich.
Lee says,
Me, Cash, ya, 2 horas y Cash, y let's go, Joe. No más. Cash.
You'll get your stuff, no problem.
Me, Cash.
I got you. Chill.
Me, Cash.
Lee says, me cash, get the likes up, get the PayPals up, get the cash apps up, get that cash up. That's what Lee says. Lee says, me cash. W's in the chat for Lee.
because she felt she was overwhelmingly taken over by emotions and feelings of love that she just had to be with P. Diddy, she left this man, Ryan Leslie, for Sean Combs because he had more money.
Okay. These guys are idiots. Let's do the dumb shit that they want us to do. Let's grant them that. Let's grant them that Cassie was just out for the money. She was a gold digger. Let's grant them that. So now, with that being established, we'll just agree with you and we'll just agree with that. Now that that is established, do you not see an issue with Diddy beating the dog shit out of Cassie in that hallway? during the relationship, having it be an abusive relationship, even though she's out for the money. Do you not see a problem with a man violently beating a woman? You not have a problem with that. That's not your primary focus. That's not what you are going to dedicate a stream for, to speak out against where men should not be violently abusing women. You're going to take the time out of your stream to focus on the point where she may have been gold digging.
And nobody with common sense, nobody with
common sense would be making the dumbass argument that you're making right now. It's still wrong to be abusive, gold digger or not. So that's why I granted you that dumbass comment about, oh, she's a gold digger, she's out for the money. This is all bullshit, mere speculation and conjecture. We'll grant you that. It's still dumb. It's still a dumb point to argue. These guys really advocate for men physically abusing women, women being put in their place. He was speaking about, oh, women have a choice to be with the men that they want to be. He really wants to force women to do what he wants them to do. He knows better for them.
Common experience of human behavior will tell you that she didn't know, because we know that women talk. I'm sure Cassie knew that P. Diddy knew about his shenanigans, knew about his sexual deviance.
And his bodyguard did too, huh? Shout out to Black Rook with the chat pass.
I'm getting rich.
Shout out to Black Rook joining the membership, grabbing that chat pass. Shout out to everybody that joined the members.
I'm sure she knew. You can't tell me she didn't know. But hypergamy, mixed with the fact that this man was worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and the fame that would be allotted to her for dating him, that roped her in. That brought her down into that cauldron of hedonism, down into that cauldron of victimization. Now, all of this came out, right? And she still ended up getting the bag that she always wanted. And now she's got this beta male, white fella, right here to help her fix her problems that she helped cause because she entered into the situation. She found the man of her dream.
She helped cause the abuse and the violent attacks that Diddy did to her. She helped cause it because she wanted the money. That's this guy's point. Jesus Christ.
Right? And now she's winning according to all these divestors. And for you guys who don't know, we got a movement online called a divestment movement, and they swear up and down that it's all black men's fault. But see, the thing is, to them, according to them, she's won. But because she got the money, she ended up with the 30 million. Somebody typed 30 million in the chat room, and she got the beta male Brad of her dream.
He's one of them niggas that be mad at every black woman that dates white and calls them beta male Brads and X, Y, and Z. And she's a fourth black. Isn't she like a fourth black? 1/4 black? It's weird that folks in the manosphere, the red pill space, and even the passport bros, a woman could be pretty much white, a fourth black, have a little bit of black in them. Oh, that's a black woman. Oh, we just like these type of black women. And then a man will be the same. Oh, that's a dude. Drake's not black. He's white. He can't say nigga. Half and half. Doesn't matter. I find that weird. I feel especially the passport bros. I think Keep Africa Passport Bro Free was talking about this, and it's true. They will literally qualify any woman that's mixed with something that's not even black and be like, oh, that's a black chick. We just like them. And it's like, no, you guys, it's weird, man. Like the actual black women they don't like, but the women that are like light skin mixed with something that's not even black, they'll be like, oh yeah, this is the type of black woman we like. And it's like, they're not even black, but you know, that's its own debate, but I don't really care to get into that. But it's just weird how they consider light-skinned women black and light-skinned men not. It's like, what the hell? I don't know, man.
So she's winning according to the divestors, But the truth is, most women don't end up with $30 million settlement. Matter of fact, 90% of these modern American women they don't even get the cleanup guy. Especially these days. That might have been something that was common back in the 80s when men were willing to take on these baby mamas with all these issues. But the cleanup guys have gone passport bro. Somebody type passport bro in the chat room. So all they're gonna end up with now is Brad or Chad and Tyrone's demon seed to raise on their own, and a bunch of STIs out of wedlock. That's it. You see? Now here's the cold part about it. And some of you women are looking at this situation, and if you have a girlfriend that's on the come up at the point where she was so-called leveling up, somebody type leveling up in the chat room. When she was leveling up and she left Ryan Leslie for Diddy, she left that good guy for this bad boy, I'm sure many of her friends were cheering her on. That's right, girl. Girl, that's right, girl. Go claim your crown, girl. Go get your king. Right? They probably told her to go in there.
Okay, so I don't understand these dudes and why they're so upset with women. So if a man is with a woman and he thinks that he can be in a better relationship than the woman he's with, is he obligated to stay with that woman forever? He can't leave her? Oh, he broke her heart, so he deserves to get violently abused in his next relationship with the next woman he's with because he left a girl that some people would appreciate and think that she's a good woman? Is that the logic we're going here? Everyone's beholden to one person, the first person they date, because that's what it would be on the inverse. This whole thing makes no sense. These dweebs are so pathetic, man. Shout out to A-Lady747 with the $2 super chat.
I'm getting rich.
The beat up the light-skinned black women, Latinos, white women, etc. Oh, they beat up. Yeah. Man, they beat up. Man, these guys are just violent abusers, man. These guys they see no issue with it. They want, let's represent the problem on the other side. Okay, but why don't you represent the problem on the main side where you're supposed to focus, on the abuse and the assaults? Not one sentence as he held Diddy accountable and talked about how wrong the violent abuse was. He's just saying, oh, well, she deserved it. That's her karma. She broke Ryan Leslie's heart. She was a 19-year-old girl at the time, bro. What are we talking about? Oh, when she met Diddy. So she was with Ryan Leslie when she was 18, 19? I don't know what age she was with Ryan Leslie, but she was so young. What are we doing out here?
Get the bag. Go get the bag. Diddy came along. Go get the bag, girl. Now look at her now. We got video of her trying to escape with the bags in the elevator and being assaulted and drugged back into that cauldron of hedonism by this so-called this bad boy that she decided to be with. Look, even the cleanup man, he thinks he's won, but he doesn't realize that this woman is going to be broken forever, both mentally and spiritually. Now, this man has some work to do, irrespective of his ethnicity, his color, whatever. You can't heal these women. You can't do that. They say once a good girl's gone bad, she's always bad. At the end of this day, she's probably going to end up becoming his abuser because she's been abused so much that she thinks she's justified in abusing others. That's the situation he's going to be dealing with. And a lot of y'all are saying, well, what's the backstory? What's the backstory? The only backstory that matters, really, the only thing that precipitated this altercation, right, was drugs, drink, a lifestyle, and not just any drugs. We talking about hard drugs. That's what precipitated this lifestyle. And what kept her around was hypergamy. What kept her around is the fact that she could go to the mall. She could end up in these, in these plush places around the world. She could have the prestige associated with saying, look who my man is. That's what this is about. You see? And we can't forget that. So again, who is the victim in this situation? Why are we allowing this woman to set an example for other American women that there's a payoff in the end for them?
Bro, if you don't get this pussy ass nigga the fuck out of here.
Get him out of here. He's got no place in here. Get rid of him. Okay.
This is filthy work. Bro, how much do you hate women?
While you are miserable.
Niggas just miserable as shit. And when you stand up for women and you tell men that it's not okay to assault women, you have idiot fans of Dennis Sperling talking about, oh, you must have been raised by a single mother. It's like, are you that pathetic, bro? Shout out to CJOJ. I missed this super chat. My bad, CJOJ.
I'm getting rich.
CJOJ with the $2 super chat. So men trying to be HVM will start beating women. I think you meant, so men trying to be him will start beating women. I think that was a typo. I believe so. Unless I don't understand the acronym. Shout out to CJOJ. A lot of men try to justify, oh, high value men. Oh. So men trying to be high value men will start beating women. Yeah, of course. See, I don't know these dusty ass my high value men. Fuck. I hate the red pill, the manosphere. I hate these dusty ass terms. Oh, I gotta be a high value man. Fuck's sakes, man. This shit is so fucking pathetic, man. It's so fucking pathetic. High value man. Oh, high value men has always been a thing. Back in the 50s, we're always like, bro, what the fuck is going on out here? Shout out to what? Hold up, chat. All right.
I'm getting rich.
Shout out to C. Ann with the $50 PayPal. C. Ann says, how does he know Ryan Leslie was a good guy? Once again, this is what they do in the manosphere. They assume that everything a man does has to be right and everything a woman does has to be wrong. Oh, this is the karma because she left a good guy, Ryan Leslie. Ryan Leslie can be known as a good guy in the industry. We don't know how he was within the confines of the relationship. We don't know if he was a good guy for her. Nobody's beholden to another person. She was a single woman, or not single, she was with him at the time, but she's a 18, 19-year-old girl at the time. She couldn't leave Ryan Leslie. How does he know that Ryan Leslie was a good guy to her? He's just speculating and automatically puts the man in the winning role, in the proper position, the right framing, and the woman is always the villain, always the bad guy. Yeah, W's in the chat for Cian.
When in actuality, if we truly don't like it, if she was truly victimized, then why shouldn't we point out the error in her decision making? But people aren't willing to do that because
Nope. Of course we're not willing to do that, because what it does is justifies the actions of the other person when we're trying to point out mistakes where she was just being a normal woman in a relationship. It is not a crime for a woman to think that she can do better. It's not a crime for a woman to deal with a man that's more famous, that has more money, more powerful, that's more desirable for her. That's not a crime. It's because you dusty ass niggas at the bottom want these participation trophies. Oh, I gotta be a good ass nerd. Well, I'm the right person for her. She should have known better. Basically trying to shame women into making decisions that will steer them into men like him. Men like the men in the chat, like Uncle Luke 1980s. Steer women into men like that. That's what they want. They want to control women's choices. Oh, if a man is a powerful man, you got to stay away from him because he's going to do X, Y, and Z to you. No, if he does X, Y, and Z to you, this is his penalty. $30 million loss of career, loss of everything, because you cannot physically harm women. You cannot physically assault women and think you can get away with that shit. I don't know what the fuck you niggas thought.
We're in a different era. Get over it.
Whoa! Y'all niggas want to reference some yesteryear of the 1800s or some shit like that. We ain't there anymore, nigga. Shout out to Lee with the $2 super chat or the $2 PayPal.
I'm getting rich.
Lee says Dennis needs to talk about Usher, Justin Bieber, pedo allegations instead of this. This is the thing. At the beginning of this stream, I got so distracted and I've just been all over the place in this stream. I ain't gonna lie, I've been dusting it up. W's in the chat for Lee. I've been missing the W's and everything. I've been dusting it up. I ain't gonna lie. This is not my brightest work. Nonetheless, in the beginning of the stream, Gene Deal, the past bodyguard for Diddy, was lamenting the fact that the FBI was asking questions to Jimmy Henchman in regards to Diddy sleeping with underage minors that were boys. So he was sleeping with underage boys, allegedly. According to the FBI, they wanted to get some information. They were asking Jimmy Henchman repeatedly. So Gene had some insight to that. What about that? And then we follow up with finding out the shit about Justin Bieber. The shit we reacted to, was that a show ago or 2 shows ago? That Justin Bieber shit was very disturbing. So he had legal guardianship of Justin Bieber signed off by his parents, or I think, Usher had legal guardianship of Justin Bieber. And prior to that, what was the order again? It was weird, man. This whole industry's fucked up. It was so weird. I was like, yo, this is bizarre as fuck, man. And you see what happened to Bieber now and how he is now. Like, this shit it's wild, man.
Infantilize women. We allow them to keep living in this dream world.
Infantilize women. You guys are the ones that always want them so young, but you all talk about, oh, you infantilize women. You guys want, yo, this is so bad, man.
Decision making. But people aren't willing to do that because we infantilize women. We allow them to keep living in this dream world that allows them not have to suffer the consequences of their bad decisions. And as long as we allow them to keep doing that, there will never be the maturation that we need.
As long as we keep doing this for men, because that's what you're doing. You're doing that for men. What he just explained, they're allegedly doing for women. No, you're doing that for men. You're not holding men accountable. You're trying to point the finger at women when it's a man's time to be accountable for his dusty ways. That's what it comes down to. The man's a physically abusive predator, allegedly, when it comes to the pedo, those vibes. But we kind of have, I don't even know why I have to say allegedly at this point, but it is what it is. Jesus Christ, man. Let me play this.
It's the key to adulthood. This is the key to wisdom. You see, here's the thing you got to understand. I don't feel sorry for them. I don't feel sorry for them just like I don't feel sorry for men who choose women that are no good. I don't feel sorry for myself. I've made some decisions I had to deal with. I paid a whole lot of child support and a whole lot of attorney's fees associated with the women that I decided to choose. Nobody feels sorry for me. I don't let people feel sorry for me. It was my decision. It was my choice. You see? And so why is it that as a man, I'm supposed to take responsibility, like many of you all know have the same experience. I'm supposed to take responsibility for all my bad decisions, but women are allowed to blame somebody else.
You as a man are not taking responsibility and accountability for a man's wrongdoings. You're putting it on the woman. So you're trying to say that women do that, but you as a man are doing the exact same thing that you're trying to say women do. This is a case where the man is responsible and accountable for these wrongdoings. Caught in 4K. We've seen the footage. How are you going to try to be like, oh, she shouldn't have been with him? So at that point, everybody's absolved of their wrongdoings. Because the person that's being done wrong should have always known better to stay away from the person that's doing them wrong. So when do we ever talk about the wrongdoings? We only talk about the people that could have avoided the wrongdoing. This is so asinine. Especially as a man, and you're trying to constantly compare men to women. Well, a woman could do this, a man should do this. It's like men and women are different. We're not the same. There's double standards for a reason. There's things that men can get away with that women can't, and there's things that women can get away with that men can't, because we are different. As alleged leaders of the goddamn community, you motherfuckers can't be talking about, oh, it's okay for a man to beat a woman because he has X amount of dollars and that's what rich folks do. And this dumb 304 should have known better. Because that is the rhetoric that we're hearing from you guys. Oh, he's the bad boy. He's Diddy. He has all this money. You should have known. How about you should have known better not to hit a woman? How about we do better to stop folks from being in on hiding and getting paid off to hide footage that protects predators and violent men like Diddy? How about that? How about men call that shit out so it's not always an issue in society where women have to be worried about men beating them, where it's women are choosing the bear over the man. Oh, the man could be a violent rapist, so we're choosing the bear. It could be a black bear. Black bears are harmless at times, so women are choosing the bear. There's a thing. Men versus the bear. Like, that's a thing because how society has gotten, especially when it comes to men on the internet, which are good. The men on the internet are some of the dustiest, some of the most rejected, some of the biggest crybabies out there. But because they're on the internet, and the internet is the most visible platform when it comes to connecting globally, that's what's representing our men right now, these dusty ass crybabies. So it's looked at as men are this way or men are thinking this way. It's like, no, it's the men that have the time to sit on the internet all day and cry about women because they're not getting the results that they want. But if they spent more time improving themselves, looking more inward and realizing that, hey, I'm not measuring up to the competition in my field, and that's why women are choosing this dude. That's why you're crying about hypergamy. They're always like, oh, hypergamy, they're going to go for the next better person. How about you be the next better person instead of crying about being a dweeb that women are passing over?
Crying to me, and I'm not having that.
And I'm not just talking about myself. There's many other men out there. This woman stayed for 3 years after that beatdown. And it says a lot about her character.
It says a lot about your lack of knowledge and insight to abusive, toxic relationships. That's what it shows. That's what it shows. About a decade ago, I would have been like, yeah, why the dumb bitch stand? Should have left. About a decade ago, when I was still an idiot and I had no insight to these damn toxic relationships and why these folks just take the damn abuse.
Again, we all could agree that Sean Combs...
Actually, I don't even think I would have been on that shit 10 years ago. I still think I would have been smarter than that. I'm not giving myself enough credit out here.
...is a jerk. He's admitted it. He's accepted 100% responsibility for the incident that was video recorded. Apparently, it was leaked. It's my understanding CNN got hold of it. And I'm assuming that when the federal agents raided his house in Miami and LA, they were able to procure a lot of other videos. So it might be some more stuff out there. But the bottom line is he's admitted it. But what about Cassie? What about the fact that she left Ryan Leslie, right? What about that? Because all of these women podcasters and all of these simps on mainstream media, they seem to be intentionally, and the simps right here on YouTube, they seem to be intentionally not wanting to bring that up. She had a good man. She had a good black man.
Bro, she was an 18 to 19-year-old girl. What gave you the impression that Ryan Leslie was a good man to her in a relationship in the first place to justify it? And even if he was, why couldn't she see greener pastures on the other side at that age? That's why I don't understand any of this talk. It makes no goddamn sense. Shout out to Hans Franco with the $5 super chat. LT, are you really gonna let Duke slide for that simpin' deluxe he did last week? It was secondhand embarrassment for everyone. Listen, y'all, that Duke show, that the reaction that I'm supposed to do is taking a very long time, because when I'm going through, there's a lot of deleted footage in the first place, so I have to like comb through everything, keep everything in the right chronological order. And then within the episode where the first crash out episode, he doxed her so many goddamn times. It takes so much editing, so much blurring, because I want to get the commentary out, but he's constantly doxing her and putting the thing up on the screen, the number, at many times, like, oh, this is to prove a point, and he pulls it up in the end, and he laughs about it, and he does so many different things, and I'm like, I didn't even realize this was in the footage in the first place. So it's very bad, and I need to blur out everything, and I can't air it and then have one thing not blurred and one thing out of order, and then it's taking a very long time, and I still got to get these other shows going while I'm doing that, and I can't bench these other shows to focus several hours on one show that's kind of irrelevant now. So that's been put on the back burner. We're still going to get to that 100%. That's why I put the preview on the members only. Y'all can see the preview. It's like about 6 minutes. We're going to do the entire live stream at a later date, but y'all can get the preview as we wait for that, because we have to cover various things, including Floyd. That we got that Floyd show we still got to go, because Floyd broke the deal. He lied, he started begging, he did a bunch of things, he called Austin bro. We got to get into that as well. There's a lot here, y'all. That's why I'm all over the place today. That's why this show has been a little bit dusty. I'm making excuses right now, but I have a lot of shit on the table right now. I'm covering too much. But let's get into this.
In Ryan Leslie. And she literally chose the bad boy over this good black man. Right? She did that. Now,
it's facts, Destron. That's fucking facts. She was literally a child, and he was a grown-ass man, but she wondering why she it's crazy. It's literally asinine. Ryan Leslie was 26, a grown-ass man. She was an 18, 19-year-old child. Yeah, that's still technically an adult, but come on, man. She's very young at that age, and he's sitting here crying. Oh, she left Ryan Leslie. He was a good man. This is her karma. Bro, this is asinine. These guys are so hurt. This is why when women talk about who hurt you and they get real upset about that phrase, it's like, nigga, who really hurts you? A woman can't leave you or broke your heart. You're still stewing about that? And you got these incels in your chat all hitting the like button? After that video, after what we just seen, because I'm not even done the video, it's so egregious, I cut it off every second to basically cook it or complain about it, whatever the fuck I'm doing. Look, after that video, oh, no, he actually has 69,000 subscribers. He has a lot of subscribers. I thought he had a little bit of subscribers. Oh, he has a lot of people following him. Okay. Never mind. He has a pretty big audience, a bunch of incels watching this shit. But yeah, look at all these likes. I should have took the screenshot because I could have seen the dislikes. But damn, man. I was sent this screenshot, and I'm looking at these comments, and they're fucking with the commentary after hearing this dog shit. There's a bunch of men that literally hate women, and they could see a woman get dog walked in the hallway, beaten the fuck up, battered, and it doesn't make them blink at all. They're like, yeah, whatever. Gold digging 304. It's like, what? That's your take from that? What is wrong with these niggas? This is why Stephen A went off the way he went off. Anybody that has a mother, a daughter, sisters, it's like a wife, like aunties. It's like you think about your like he wanted to personalize it so people could actually feel connected to these women, because these guys are so disconnected from women. They have no, like, it's bizarre, man. It's bizarre.
All of a sudden, it's all black men's fault. She doesn't want to have anything to do with any other black men, right? She got a white man. I'm sure he treats her like a princess and all.
Oh, this is that divester pain. Oh, that's what this is, nigga. You heard.
Crying to me, and I'm not having that.
Oh, so a black man that you want, you're not holding him accountable. So a black man that violently beat her, she left that black man, and now he's crying because she went to a white man. Now it's a race issue. Now it's about race. The mixed girl, who's black and white. Now it's a race issue. Jesus fucking Christ.
All that, right? But let's deal with that. She had a good black man, but he didn't have enough money. She had a good black man, and even though he was a producer, he wasn't on P. Diddy's level. She had a good black man who didn't abuse her and didn't beat her. She had a good black man who helped her get all the hits that put her on the stage. And then when Sean Combs comes around, she chooses him, and then she gets passed around the industry, just like a 304. See, ladies, this is something that...
She didn't get passed around the industry like a 304. Did Mr. Lawyer Dennis Sperling, who once upon a time got Mike TV, Zesty TV, removed from the platform.
I've seen him do it.
He was the one that did it. He got Zesty TV removed from the platform, but he came back. Zesty came back. Pause. This motherfucker did not read the lawsuit before he went and disseminated this message to his subscribers. Talking about she became a pass-around 304. She was drugged, abused, and forced to fuck dudes on camera while Diddy watched beating his meat. Filthy, filthy motherfucking work. You gonna stand behind that? You gonna act like if she's at fault for that? She's just a gold-digging 304? You're not gonna see the vile acts that Diddy was doing? This is insanity, man.
Your grandmothers probably tried to teach you, and you didn't listen. Something that your mothers, at least the ones with good sense, tried to teach you. All of these gifts and money, all these things that trigger your hypergamic desires, they don't come free. Somebody type, nothing's free in the chat room. Nothing is free in the chat room.
Nothing is free. So what he's implying is he's saying that we're going after his dusty premise that she's a gold digging 304. All right, that's his premise. So she gets what she deserves. So nothing comes free. So she gets this lifestyle. She gets to be elevated by Diddy. She's around Diddy's money. Diddy's doing X, Y, and Z, whatever the fuck she gets from it. She now has to pay the price of being violently beaten, sexually assaulted, passed around on camera by a bunch of dudes. What are we talking about out here?
Okay? And if all you have is your body to trade, then that's what's going to be traded. And people are going to get the maximum use out of you. Again, these rich men know why you want to be in their life, and they really don't care why you're there. It's not an insult for a woman to say, I'm with him because he has money. Well, he's with you because you have a nice young body that he gets an opportunity to use, to rent, so to speak.
When I seen that Diddy stuff from CNN, I said, I know Art gonna call me. Art of Dialogue gonna give me a call.
Oh, you already know I was about to hit you, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So with that being said, man, let's get right into it, man. What you think about the video that came out today of Diddy pitting his hands on Cassie?
Man, you know that was crazy. And I know people gonna think that, you know, yo, this is all what Gene wanted to see. But now, listen here, man. The devil got a purpose, God got a plan. Do you understand what I'm saying? The devil got his purpose, but God got a plan. You understand? And it's all in God's plan, man. You understand? To let people see, because a lot of people wasn't believing that this stuff even existed, brother. A lot of people didn't even think that you know, Cassie was telling lies, Gene been telling lies, Lil Rob been telling lies, everybody lying on Diddy. But Diddy told the truth. Diddy's the only one told the truth. He said, y'all, just keep watching. The truth will soon come out. And you see what came out? My man, he punching that little girl in the head. Yo, you don't even kick a dog, man. You don't even kick a dog, bro. He kicking that little girl like she's a dog, man. It was crazy, man. Any man that has a sister, any man that has a friend that's a girl, any man that has a child, you understand, who saw that, if they wasn't appalled, if they wasn't like, yo, I want to.
Exactly my point. Exactly my point. Now, he's not completely absolved of his his part in being Diddy's bodyguard and knowing that Diddy was doing all these fucked up acts and still collecting a paycheck underneath Diddy because the money was the money. So I still look at him a little bit fucked up. But his reaction and his commentary following the tape is exactly what we all suggest, or we all pretty much think when it comes to that. We're all pissed off. We're all looking at that like, how do you think that's okay? How are men sitting up here and being more pissed off, more angry at the thought that she could have potentially been a clout shit or a gold digging 304 than the fact that a man is violently abusing a woman on camera, and that's representing hip hop, that's representing black men, and you have black men campaigning and defending that shit. Are you, when folks come in the chat and say our wing got this thing's messed up and we're proving the manosphere and the red pill space right next Y and Z, are you men so mad at alleged female promiscuity to the point where you get more pissed off seeing a promiscuous woman than seeing a man beat a woman? Because that's what it comes down to. That's what it sounds like. She's not even, you're putting things that you're putting things on her that we don't agree with. We're just going to grant it to you anyway to help your argument. That's what we're doing at this point. All this, she's a slut, she's a prostitute, she was a gold digging 304, she was all X, Y, and Z. That is all a bunch of incels mad at her for no fucking reason. These are not provable things. She went from Ryan Leslie to Diddy. That's one person to another person. You moved on. A relationship ended, you moved to a next relationship. That's not a goddamn crime. She was an 18-year-old woman with 18-year-old girl with Ryan Leslie, a 19-year-old girl, woman, whatever, 19-year-old, we'll say a woman, she's an adult, 19-year-old woman with Diddy. And that's a problem. That's a problem for them, more than seeing a woman beaten and battered on camera. Take that in. There's something wrong with these folks. They think they own all these women, like they're supposed to be these beautiful virgins for them or something. Like, nigga, wake up, man. What's wrong with these red pill guys? Like,
I want to beat the, you know what I'm saying? We can't say that on television, man, or on the internet or YouTube, but any man who saw that wish they could put their hands on Diddy at that time, bro. That shit was appalling, bro.
You heard what's his name? Scrappy talking about he want to put them paws on Diddy after seeing that, and he was not co-signing. He was running back an initial statement that they were saying was support of Diddy, and he was like, no, that wasn't support. I want to put them paws on him. So Scrappy seen that and he got enraged already. Like, certain folks, they don't play that shit, man.
It was crazy, man. And when I saw it, you know, I could imagine what Kim went through. I could imagine what Misa went through. You understand? It was just crazy, man, for that dude to do that to that girl like that, man.
I can't believe what I seen, man. I still can't believe what I seen in that video, man. Like, the way he was kicking her was like he was kicking a field goal, man.
Bruh.
See, even this nigga made a joke out of it. Like, she kicking a field goal. It's like, bro, no. We get the analogy. He was kicking her like he was really trying to punt her. Like, he was kicking. Like, we get it. Field goal, punt, different thing. I don't want people getting technical with the football. Like, oh, yeah, we know. I'm just saying the kick was vicious. You should not. Seeing that type of shit is just, it's disgusting. Shout out to C. Ann with the $20 PayPal. C. Ann says they hate women, including their mother. And this is also very apropos. We've seen that with various folks taking out their vitriol for women on these airways against other women, and it stems from trauma with their mother. We've seen the Austin Hollimans of the world, and we've seen how his mother was to him, and we see how he hates his mother for that. Well, I can't say he hates his mother. I can't say that. He has a negative view on women, and it's based off of a lot of the things that he dealt with from his mother. He could deny that, but he said it on tape in 4K multiple times. We reacted to it. We seen it. It is what it is. A lot of these folks hate women and they hate their mothers. That's why they'll come in the chat and be like, oh, you were raised by a single mother. It's like they say shit like that because they hated the experience that they had growing up under their single mother. And for some reason, they pedestalized their absent father. And then they project that bullshit on other people. It's bizarre. I mean, with the way they project the hate, or they project the single motherhood on other people because they hated their situation with their single mother. It's bizarre.
When I saw him run down first of all, when I saw the white towel, I got flashbacks of him and Ja Rule running out the room. Of course, they had. I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry, Mariah Israel. I'm usually on point as soon as the super chat comes. I'm reading that shit. I missed this one. I've missed a few today. That's not really like me. I'm gonna keep it a stack. Y'all know that. Y'all put a 1 in the chats if I usually get all the super chats. 1s in the chats if I usually get the super chats. I usually get all the super chats. I don't know why I'm missing them today. Shout out to Mariah Israel with the $5 super chat. Mariah says, worked in New York fashion industry 4 years. We been knew about Diddy roll and how the hell Cassie was going. Wait, what? We been knew about how Diddy roll and the hell Cassie was going through. This new to y'all, not us. Shout out to Mariah Israel with the $5 super chat.
I'm getting rich.
Once again, she said, worked in the New York fashion industry. We been knew about Diddy, about how Diddy roll and the hell Cassie going through. This is new to y'all, not us. Why is this not pulling up on this screen? Sorry, chat. I'm trying to do 2 things at the same time while I buy time. Yikes. Can we get these likes up, y'all? We're almost at 100. We ain't there yet. Let's get these likes up, chat. We need a few more till 100. W's in the chat for Mariah Israel.
What's her name? Sarah and the other girl in there. But I had that flashback. And then when I seen him run down the hallway, I had flashbacks when the same gang was chasing him. I was like, what the hell? And then when he put his hands on it, no jokes aside, because I know it's not no laughing matter, man. The shit just was appalling, brother. And I don't even know how they could even play that on television, on YouTube like that, and without even putting up.
Now, this is actually this is hilarious. Before we get into this commentary by Gene, 33% feeling, 67% thinking says the fact that they use single mothers as a dig is disgusting. A single mom got more balls than a Hercules. I don't know. Listen. There's recently this man who's getting exposed as being the biggest simp on the internet because his wife had multiple kids outside or during the relationship. She had multiple kids outside the relationship. So she had multiple kids with other dudes. Multiple kids with other dudes, all right? This guy's he's getting called a simp. Yo, listen, y'all. Y'all expect me to always this is ridiculous now, Destron. Hercules. Jesus Christ, LT. All right, okay. This is where I start getting annoyed. All right? Let me go back to the super chat. Jesus Christ, LT. Jesus Christ, me? Oh, it's not a super chat. It was a regular chat. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, me? All right, hold up. Jesus Christ, me. Y'all are just putting everything on me today. What the fuck is this? Where is that goddamn chat? What does it say? Does it say Hercules or does it say Hercule? Y'all know you don't watch Dragon Ball Z. You don't know who Hercule is. Mr. Satan, Hercule. That's a whole person. She could have said Hercules or Hercule. It could have been anybody. Man, this is crazy, man. Y'all just be wanting me to do all this autocorrect. I'm not capable. I don't understand. I'm not a computer. I don't know how to autocorrect y'all. If y'all make typos, I don't know. She could have meant Hercule. She could have meant Hercules. Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Christ.
Some sensitive, you know how they put the sensitive subject matter up? That was crazy, man. That's crazy.
Y'all don't get what's going on here. Y'all don't get what's going on here. Destron will just he'll kill. Destron he's an antagonist. He does shit just to try to see the fire, the house burn down, just to see shit go wild and go crazy. So Destron will be pissing me off purposely, and he knows what he's doing. But y'all don't get it. So y'all look at me and go, LT snapping. It's not snapping. I really don't care. This is just, it is what it is, man.
Yeah, man, I can't believe it, man. I mean, because like I said, I mean, man, you've been doing interviews for years and you've been telling me stories about Diddy, but to actually...
Yo, Taylor, you know what Destron be doing. Y'all are in the Discord. Destron purposely pisses me off. Destron will get me in my petty bag. I'll just be talking all sorts of shit. Like, clearly, man, this is what we do, man. Destron, this is what he does, man. Y'all don't know. Y'all are new here. Y'all don't get it, man.
See the visual.
You know, so like, bruh, I wouldn't have never allowed him to do no shit like that around me. That's why he probably never did nothing like that. You understand? When I...
Shout out to Mariah Israel with the $2 super chat.
I'm getting rich.
Says, and Gene has been talking for decades, not for clout. I had to say what I said about Gene because he said that he's seen Kim Porter battered and bruised, and she ended up cutting Diddy's wrist to try to protect herself from Diddy constantly beating her. But he was also Diddy's bodyguard at that time. So he was privy to the abuse. So he was speaking out and everything, but he was also collecting a bag for Diddy knowing that these things were happening. He said he was not in the room for any of these activities. There's nobody alive that could point him out and say he was in the room for these activities. Well, Kim Porter is deceased, RIP. She can't speak out. He cited an incident where he was there and seen some sort of abuse because they were in the hospital together. So he was privy to it while working for Diddy. That's why I'm saying that he's complicit in this too. Although he can share all these stories, he can excoriate Diddy all he wants. You were collecting a paycheck, collecting a bag underneath that man, knowing that these things happen. So nobody is completely absolved of their wrongdoings. You are complicit somehow, some way. You knew of these things. You didn't speak out against it. You didn't call the authorities. You didn't do anything to affect it. You were just collecting your money. Even if you vaguely knew or had a vague understanding, you were still a part of it. And now years later, you're constantly telling all these stories. It's like everybody has some dirt on their hands here.
I got the aftermath.
Ah, shit. Hold up, y'all. I gotta get this connected real quick. Nope. Come on, headphones. What you doing, man? All right, this is officially turned into a struggle stream. There has been too many technical difficulties, too many fails. This might be moved to the members. It's that bad. It's that bad. Y'all are saying it's fine because y'all watch trash. Y'all watch a bunch of streamers that don't have good cohesive streams that are all over the place, all sorts of dead spots and shit. I'm super critical of myself. I am super critical. I see this shit, I'm like, nah, this ain't going smooth. We're membersing this shit. I'm gonna hide this shit.
When they told me to go over to St. Luke's Hospital, because Puff was over there in the hospital, that was the aftermath. You understand? When Kim cut his wrist up with that corkscrew, his right wrist. They got pictures on the internet with his wrist banded up. Kim did that. You understand? The aftermath of them being in the Swiss hotel and he roughing her up and like he playing fight with her, and then she runs out the presidential suite and we got the big room in there at the Swiss hotel, and then I'll be like, yo, you all right? And she like, yeah, I'm all right. It ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? You good? She like, yeah, good. And then she go back in the room with Puff, Diddy, Brother Love, whatever he call his name is. So, you know, it's always the aftermath of something like that, bro. But in front of you, only people who commit crimes around people who commit crimes. You know, Puff know who to do that stuff around. And that was crazy, man.
Yeah, see, that doesn't absolve you. See, you're saying that you weren't there, you weren't present, but you knew he was doing it with other folks. So you knew of these things, and you were still a hired security guard for him. That's what I'm talking about, man.
When I looked at that thing, to be honest, I thought that the people who was watching it, because you know at those hotels, they have security personnel that watch that stuff. And if they didn't call the police, they should be in jail. I don't care what nobody say. You know, whoever watched that tape and didn't submit that to the authorities, they should be brought up on charges.
Why do you think the video is barely coming out right now? Because you got a lot of people, you know, that's wondering.
So the person that seen the tape and got the tape suppressed and paid off by Diddy should be in jail because he hid that and suppressed that. I get that, but Diddy should also be in jail, but it's past the statute of limitations, so it's like you can't really do anything.
Why it took so long?
First of all, they know that Puff probably paid the security personnel like, because he knew it was on camera. When he made it to the hallway, when she made it to the hallway, when she made it to that phone, once that phone picked up, that's going straight to security. That's for emergency purposes only. So either the concierge or somebody that's handling emergency type situations when she picked up that phone. So now, Puff probably had somebody pay them off. 9 times out of 10, he had somebody pay them off, bro.
I said this earlier. There ain't no way. There's legitly no way that security, that concierge got that phone call, watched the recording, watched the video, and been like, you know what, we're gonna keep this private. Like, they were 100% paid off. There is no way that footage didn't get out if they weren't paid off. I'm still struggling, chat. My bad.
And then now Homeland Security is involved. I told you, everybody talking about, yo, they ain't got nothing on him. His dumbass son come out, make this whole tape, you understand, about what they ain't got or what they, man, listen to me. Homeland Security looked at Cassie information. They interviewed her. Yo, when was the time he hit you? He hit you before? Yeah, we was at the hotel. He blacked my eye. They went through a whole lawsuit. Oh, he blacked my eye. We at the hotel. It was on this day, about this time. They said, okay, we gonna contact and see if the footage. Now, they gotta keep that stuff in the archive. They have to have that security footage in the archive somewhere. So then what the Homeland Security say, yo, listen to me, on this day, this way, because just for accidents, like just say like you fell down the steps at the hotel. They got cameras in the hallway. They got cameras in the stairway.
Yup.
So they can see that.
Clearly suppressed.
So now, you didn't fall down the steps, but you say you did at a certain time. They go through that whole footage. So they have to keep that in some kind of archive. Now, she told them what date and by what time it happened. They contact the security personnel and the people who have that stuff in archive and say, yo, listen to me. We're going to subpoena that. We want that information. And they sent it to them. Because they don't want to lose their insurance. They don't want to lose their insurance. The things that they insure the hotel, you know, so they don't want to lose that stuff. So listen, what they do, they hand it over to them. There's going to be a lot of stuff handed over. Why do you think they got all the tax returns and everything on all 18 other companies that he was doing business with? I told y'all, the Southern District of New York, they not into losing nothing. A 98.2 percentage in conviction rates. They not losing nothing. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry about that.
What was your reaction when you first seen that video, man?
I was sick as a stomach, man. I was sick in the stomach, man, because, you know, when you have daughters, you just hope somebody don't send you to jail like that. Because any real man know if somebody put their hands on their kids like that, you know, kicking them like a dog. My first reaction was, man, It's probably a lot of other women that had that same problem with old boy.
And you know firsthand because you've seen Kim have the same problem. You've seen Kim fighting for dear life to try to keep him from assaulting her. She had to grab, what did she grab? She grabbed was it a monkey wrench? Like, it was that bad, man.
Remember Gina that got on that show, Tasha K show? And she said that, yo, he kicked me. He was punching me in my head, on the side of my head. Do you imagine what she went through and she was pregnant, bruh? Come on, man. I had flashbacks of when they told me when he beat Misa so bad that he was kicking her, she had to go hide up under a car. It's crazy, bro.
And you made a comment and you said that you rather be poor than be Diddy rich. Can you elaborate on that?
Bro, I told this to this one guy the other day. I'd rather have a slow nickel than a fast dollar any day.
Wait, what did I say? What did I say, chat? I'll take some calls if y'all want to call in.
My slow nickel put bread on my table. My slow nickel pays my mortgage. My slow nickel brings me home to my family. My slow nickel builds a community. We see what the fast dollar does.
Really? Yo, I'm lost today, yo. I ain't gonna lie, chat. I'm a bit lost today. I don't know what's going on.
Being Diddy rich takes a guy that once name was Puffy, that after every tragedy he had in his life, he had to change his name. Puffy, Puff Daddy, Diddy, Brother Love.
It's true. This is facts. I was saying this earlier. Taylor, do you know the saddest part is? The saddest part about this is I didn't smoke before this stream. I would have probably been better if I did smoke a blunt before the stream.
Who are you, Snoop Dogg in the green room? I mean, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, I think that was the issue. I needed to stay on the weed. I think I went too sober. Too long of a period without smoking a blunt. I think that's what it was. I think I need to get blunted right now. I need it. Whoa, what the hell? I'm fiending out here? What the hell?
Love. Puffy, from the DC tragedy, went to when those kids was trampled over. I think 1 or 2 kids died at a function in DC that he gave. Puffy. City College. Puff Daddy. Biggie. He comes named to Diddy. And now the allegations with Cassie and everything, he went from brother love to love. Being Diddy rich have you thinking you something that you're not. That you greater than what you supposed to be. And the people around you.
That's right. It's right. You got these rich lames acting like this.
Big Ack is here now.
He's right about this. 100% right about this.
That you greater than what you supposed to be and the people around you. When I say I'd rather be my poor with my peace of mind, with my own thoughts, my own community, my own love, with my family, than to be so rich that I'm thinking I'm something that I'm not. That's what they do, bro. Look how many times. What was that? You ever go to a club? It's a big shootout, and it was the Mirage, and then you come back 2 weeks later. Now it's the Zone. They changed their name after every shootout. That's what happens.
All right. Something threw me today in this stream, and it's still so fucking petty, but I'm still baffled when I actually searched it up, and I was like, "This is what? It's really you know what? I'll leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that alone. Fuck it. Let's move on." Yeah, man. There's a lot more in relation to this Diddy shit that I needed to cut out because there was absolutely too much. The tales and the stories that Gene was telling on Art of Dialogue. Y'all gotta go watch Art of Dialogue. Go to Art of the Dialogue channel and go watch all the Gene Deal interviews if you haven't, because he was speaking on things before the video even came out. And then the video came out and there was more things for him to substantiate the claims that he was saying. So it's crazy. It's crazy. Y'all have to go to if y'all want to see the idiocy that Dennis Sperling was spitting on his channel. I didn't react to the entire stream of Dennis Sperling. It was probably like half of it. But he was doubling down in the latter half of the stream, and I'm like, I can't listen to this. This is ridiculous, man. So yeah, shout out to Random University in the back. We're gonna bring you up right now, Random University. I didn't react to the entire stream against Spurling. Oh, I think you're like listening to it out loud.
Okay, yeah, I'm trying to let me get this volume. Hold on.
Yeah, I gotta put this on ultra low latency. Is it that far behind? Holy.
I don't know. It's a little bit behind. I just turned it down on my TV. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What up, bro?
No, so is there an echo? I'm trying to make sure I'm not like effing up the stream.
Nah, it should be good.
Okay, cool. All right, word. No, I was just calling in because, like, I don't know. This is like a very triggering topic for me. I mean, welcome to New Puff City, because everybody just wants to cape up for him today.
Yep.
And for like the last couple of days, and I just really hate unaccountability from folks. And this shit is just really, really irritating to see all these dudes in the chat. First of all, Jay is like going ham in the chat. He's just banning people left and right, which is quite hilarious. But,
really? What the hell? Oh, he's banning those Dennis Sperling fans, the mans that were just caping for unaccountability.
And shit in the chat.
Okay.
There's been plenty of people getting banned in the chat, kind of rightfully so, though. I don't know, but it's just funny to me that these people, a lot of these people believe in like conspiracy theories, the Illuminati, and the fact that he's got ties to the mafia and all this other crap, but for whatever reason, they can't believe the fact that she couldn't leave this relationship. She just had to stay. That stuff just bothers me for no reason. I don't get why people can't put two and two together. Like, oh, she should have just called the cops. And do what? You think calling the cops is really going to help her get out of this situation? When apparently y'all believe that he's got mega ties to the mafia, can get her knocked off. What the hell happened to Kim Porter? He 86 Kim Porter, and for whatever reason, Cassie's supposed to be able to just walk right out the front door. Like, she's literally at the elevator trying to leave. And you see the man really running down the hallway trying to drag her ass back, throwing cases at her or vases at her like tomatoes on the Apollo. But for whatever reason, we just want to act like, nah.
Yeah, man. To me, when you see her getting beat up, getting stomped out, getting glass thrown at her, you see her on the hotel phone trying to desperately make a call. And then you have people that have the audacity to sit up on here and be like, oh, she should have got out. Why'd she stay? She was complicit in the abuse. It's like, bro, are you guys fried? Like, how did you not see that? Did you not read the lawsuit? Did you not see the videos? Like, what more do you want? Like, and his reputation, all the things he's done in the past, why would they still go in on Cassie instead of holding him accountable? Do they not want to see men accountable that badly? Does it hurt them to see a man be accountable? I don't understand the angle of these dudes. It's like this war with men and women. Every time a man does something wrong, they feel like they lose. So they can't hold that man accountable. They have to act like it was the woman's fault somehow.
I just never understand why it's so deep. Like, why people think like men just can't be held accountable. Like, you don't have to be the same as these dudes. Like, you don't have to be held this accountable in your life if you're not acting the same way. But for whatever reason, they're just trying to justify the fact that they're probably these same similar type of people. So thus, they want to be able to get away with the same behavior. So thus they'll just sit around and get mad about the fact that, well, man, you know, Diddy just ain't allowed to put a bitch in her place. Like, I mean, what is really putting her in her place? Dragging her down the hallway, chunking her, beating the shit out of her, having her hide underneath blankets and shit. I mean, maybe that's the reality you want to live in. I guess that's what some want to do. And okay, most of it to me,
yo, hold up a second. Hold up one second.
Their mindset has just never evolved past the age of where she was getting drugged down this hallway. Like being 19 years old.
1 second. Hold up 1 second. We got Mariah in the back. I can't see you though, Mariah. So I don't know if I can bring you on because you could be somebody trying to corn bomb the stream. I don't know. I can't see what's going on in that. I unmuted you, so you should be able to speak. I just can't see what's going on back here.
See a green light.
Yeah, that's all I see. So if I can get a visual on you, I could bring you up to speak. But until then, I can't because you know how this goes on YouTube. People be trying shit. Yeah, my bad, Random University. I cut you off in the middle of the speech.
You're good. You know, I got off the weed like months ago, so some days my mind is a little iffy. So I get you having an off day. You know, you need to get on track, LT. It's all good. You know, but if you have to take a time out, you know, to just like roll one and get yourself straight, we'll all understand. You know, we'll feel you. You know, it's all good.
Because I'm supposed to have another show tonight too. I'm supposed to do another stream. I kind of overloaded myself with the amount of things, and I did not expect the trolls to be in the chat fighting for such a stupid point, trying to keep a man off the hook by basically enabling the violence towards women. And that to me, that pisses me the fuck off, especially as black men, and you have other black men trying to just represent the worst of the worst points out here. It's like, what are we doing on this internet, man?
No, it is. It's the shittiest stuff. Like, I don't understand why we cape up for literally the worst of us. Like, we're always willing to give people a pass. Like, whether it's Jay Morrison's, Boyce Watkins, Nigerian scammers, P. Diddy, it doesn't matter. We always want to give all of them some type of, like, pass and be like, oh, man, we ain't robbing the white community. So, you know, I mean, I don't get it. It's always us they keep robbing. And they keep trying to manipulate, finesse, steal all the money, fresh and fit style. And for whatever reason, everybody's like, man, just forgive them. So, like, on the Instagram post, everybody's over here like, who are we to judge? Bitch, I can judge whoever I want, because did you not see the video? Like, did you not see the shit that's going on?
Facts.
Like, I don't understand these people always trying to cape up for them.
I seen something where a dude was getting called out for pretty much predator-like acts with the younger kids, and the comment sections were filled with people. No, it wasn't. It was okay. It was the guy that was getting. It wasn't predator acts. It can be looked at as predatory acts. It was the man that was getting his hair braided by his students in his class, and he made up the excuse that he was running out of time and X, Y, and Z, and he lost his job for that. And then he was bringing up other examples of, oh, well, this white man is getting his head shaved by these young children, and they're doing X, Y, and Z. And a lot of the people in the chat section were like, our community, we do too much. We go in on these people. We hold them too accountable, and other communities don't. We're always holding our own to the fire in X, Y, and Z. But then I thought to this. I'm like, okay, so if their issue with him was because they were minors and it could be borderline predatory acts, us holding him to the fire is us doing our job by saying that we don't co-sign and we're not enabling predatory behaviors by teachers in the schools. Them not holding them accountable is them being enablers and enabling the filthiness. So I'm like, why would you be like, oh, we're just always holding our people to the, we're being accountable. We're doing the right thing. Because other communities are unaccountable, that doesn't mean we're wrong for being accountable. That's asinine to me. And the fact that people don't go out of their ways to be careful in protecting the children, to me, is like, what are we doing as a society? How do we expect to evolve and be better in the future if we're not going to protect the goddamn kids? We're going to let our kids get fodderized. Like, it's insane, man.
Yeah, I don't get it either, which is funny because I was trying to release a video on that like sometime later next week, I think. I should have did it earlier, but I got spaced this shit out. YouTube be effing around with my videos, it seems. But like, that whole thing is kind of weird to me too, because it's hard for me to like, I always try to play like a little bit of both sides and like try to throw a little jokey humor in on top of like being serious at the same time. But like, I get his point of view. Like, what's the big deal? Because people do over sexualize things, and you know, probably in our community and whatnot. I mean, yeah, I get it. Like, I joke about pausing as well, you know, like, but it's not as serious as some people try to make it out to be. Like, some people make it a full-on lifestyle, which, you know, calm down, relax, let's have some fun with some things. But for him, I'm also thinking, homie, maybe you should have did a little bit better with the time management. Like, if you knew it was going to take forever to get your braids undone, maybe you should have got this shit done the night before. You know, you should have known, like, being in today's, you know, demographic, understanding, like, how people view stuff with kids, how sensitive people are. And the fact, I mean, these were some young girls now. Like, they didn't look matured very much. And I get it. Maybe some of them want to go to cosmetology school, and some of them have, you know, plans to do some stuff with, you know, their nails and whatnot. Still funny to have them working on you. You know, like, why are you doing this? I get it. You're the cool teacher. People going out, leaving, you know, oh, Miss Betty's class to come to hang out in your class to just, you know, chill out and have a good time because you resonate with the youth. But also, why do you resonate with them so much? And also another issue with that was, like, why are you calling them your friends? They're not your friends, buddy. They're just not. That's the most disturbing part.
Yeah, there's some weird things that. The thing is, some people think it's innocent on the surface when they look at it, but then you kind of dive in a little deeper and see that he's kind of like he's like a TikTok star. He's trying to, like, he's putting up videos constantly, and I don't really know too much about that situation, so I don't even want to actually give too much insight to that. I'm gonna pass on that for now, but I want to react to something in the chat because somebody said something. It just got deleted. Someone said this is BS. Dennis Sperling simply held Cassie accountable for her choices. So once again, these guys say this thing and they come with this focus about, oh, he held Cassie accountable for her choices. Why is that your focus, to try to hold a woman accountable for getting her ass assaulted by a man? Why? I don't get that. Because she chose a certain type of man.
She deserved that beatdown, LT. She had to have that beatdown.
It comes from these guys, and when people defend it and people focus on Cassie, it's because they would beat a woman the same way. They would think, I can get some money, I can do the same type of thing. That's really what it comes down to. Taylor, they can come up. They can, but they're pussy. They ain't going to do it.
No, because their arguments don't sustain any weight anywhere because they don't make any sense. When you actually start talking it out with normal people, so like you were talking about earlier, like the people you engage with in real life don't talk like this. Like, same with me. I don't know people who think like this in reality at all. It's only on the internet. Like, that's why most of the time you start thinking most of these people are just trolls. Because, quite frankly, it's like there's no way you can really believe this shit. And the people who keep spewing this stuff, they just say it to, like, trigger folks. That's the whole problem with, like, Fresh and Fit. Like, I was talking to somebody about this the other day, and it was, well, okay, I like some of the Fresh and Fit stuff. Not me, but the person I was talking to. I'm like, okay, that's cool. But, like, have you heard majority of the stuff they talk about? Like, if you keep listening to them, the more you'll realize the stuff they talk about is really damaging young men. And all it does is trigger them to hate women.
Yeah, that's why these guys come in the chat and they just come with this disdain for women. And it's like, this is the problem. But I have to read these PayPals real quick. I've been missing some PayPals. Shout out to C. Ann with the $25 PayPal.
I'm getting
C. Ann says, stop being so hard on yourself, LTTV. It's a great stream. Stay off the weed, LOL. Shout out to C. Ann. W's in the chat for C. Ann. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this stream public. I ain't gonna private it. But Dennis Sperling, the reason why is because I had some apprehensions about this guy because I think he's one of them niggas that don't like if your message is a certain way he can copyright. I'm not sure. I don't know if he's one of those type of folks. Really and truly, this is a fair use reaction. Everything is fully covered under the fair use. He has no case, but folks like to try to misuse the copyright tool to try to slow down folks. Pretty much, you get their video taken down for so much days while YouTube figures it out, and then it's reinstated. But I don't know if he's doing that. I don't really care. I'm still keeping it public. It is what it is. We also got a $2 PayPal from Lee.
I'm getting
Lee says, need to do the stream on Drake and Kendrick. Did Drake stage the shootout? This is the thing. I held back from that reaction because I was collecting information in regards to that shootout. Not the shooting, the shootout, the shooting that allegedly took place and hit his bodyguard at his front gate, I believe it was. Drake literally lives 10 minutes away from me. I heard that shit, and then I seen Drake talking about suicide, or what would happen if he was gone, or if he left the planet, talking about all this victim bullshit when he was getting cooked by Kendrick. And a lot of these things were convenient deflections to keep the press and keep the headlines away from the fact that Drake was getting exposed as a predator. The shooting convenient shooting. When you look into the medical records and you look at the when you go to the what am I trying to reference right now? Fuck, I'm trying to be too specific. But when you look into it, you don't find any details. You don't find the person's name, which you won't unless they perish. A lot of the times, you won't find their name. I couldn't find the name of the security guard. Then when it was actually substantiated, you know what? I got to pull it up. I'm trying to do too much headcanon. I got to pull it up for me to get into that. But it was weird. It was very weird looking into the details of that case. Shout out to my bad, Random University. I'll let you speak in a second. We got to get to this super chat. Shout out to Linda Patton with the $20 super chat.
I'm getting rich.
Linda Patton says, "Stay off weed. You are using weed to disassociate. It's normal to have feelings. It just means that you're a human." That's a good thing. What? Shout out to Linda Patton with the $20 super chat. I don't use weed to disassociate. I still get emotional. Weed on, weed off. It don't matter. I'm not a stoic alpha male like the red pill guys. Like, I don't care. Like, what? But shout out to Linda Patton with the $20. Yeah.
No, I was just thinking this is a good stream though. Don't hate on yourself for the stream. We all have days that we start sputtering around the mic. I mean, hell, I got videos that I just don't release because I just stuttered too much. I'm out here looking like fresh. So I was like, you know what?
But you're asking me to keep this one out, but you don't release it, bro. What the hell?
No, man. Look, I just had to go back and redo some takes every now and then and try again. There's some shit I'll just snip out of the video. So, and then, you know, maybe it'll be a little bit smoother. That's the difference between live streaming and then actually just making videos. When you're making videos, you don't want to be stuttering around all the time because it's like, damn, dude, you had time to edit it. Like,
that's facts.
Why didn't you make this a little bit smoother?
No, that's absolutely facts. When it's a pre-record, you cannot be fucking up the way you are on a live because you have all day to edit it and they will look at you funny. But I used to release those anyway. I have my most viral clip is literally the most struggle clip I've ever done, and it's the most viral. So I went out sad to the tune of like, what, 2 million views on a struggle clip that I could have easily edited and made better. But that's life, man. Sometimes you live and you learn. It's good to dust it up when you are a smaller creator. If you're like a big platform and you have one of those moments and you go out sad, it's like, damn, it's all up on the big screen. Oh shit, I missed a super chat from Taylor. Shout out to Taylor not a super chat, a PayPal. Taylor with the $2 PayPal. Taylor says W show. Shout out to Taylor Made.
I'm getting rich.
See, told you, it's a good stream. People like the stream. When you call out people like this, people like these. Like, holding people accountable is what most people actually enjoy. It doesn't matter about race, ethnicity, and all that shit. Like, most people just want you to hold folks accountable. Just don't go out sad like Duke. Like, damn it, we can't save Duke. He's still lost. Like, God, it just kills me because I still tune into his stream. So I'm like, come on, Duke. Every time somebody mentions something with Daisy, I'm just like, oh, fuck, he's going to do it again. And he does it again. And he's just like, look, y'all just don't know the truth. Y'all don't understand. I'm like, dude, calm down, please.
Wait,
just
what?
relax.
He's doing that? I thought he avoided talking about Daisy completely.
No, he doesn't really dive in talking about Daisy very much. Like, he doesn't like go on long segments or rants about it, but it still feels like it's one of those, like, he's still kind of like sticking up for her a little bit. Like, he's still on the Daisy side of the whole thing. Like, the whole doxing of Tree was just unfortunate and terrible. And then I saw your short on it and I was like, oh, dude, this is even worse. Like, it's way worse than I thought originally.
Yeah, man. Like that, the preview terrible. For that, I'm holding, but there's still a lot of footage that I still need to like add to that because there's a whole heap of footage. The preview is pretty bad, but it's even worse in the footage because he gloats and says I'm proving a point. Oh, I'm doing this again. And then there's so much double talk. It's so bad. It's very bad.
Yeah, it's rough. Trying to support certain people. And I mean, damn, he is dying on this hill terribly. Like, he is hanging off by some strong rope and it is not good. Yeah, that's a really tough one to watch because, like, I try to support him. It's sort of like if you went completely off the reservation, LT, it would shock me. But like
today when I died on that cliff for not, you know why that thing hit me so left field? that irregardless, because I've watched teachers, professors correct people on irregardless time and time again, to the point where it's never been a part of my vocabulary. I'm like, it's a redundant term between regardless and irrespective. You don't need to use it. And then the fact that when I finally Googled it, it'd been a word the whole time. And I'm like, this is why you challenge your dumbass teachers and professors. Because I'm like, I hear them correcting irregardless all the time throughout school, but my entire life. Then I realized when I research it, it says it's used, the word is used in place regardless, in place of regardless of irrespective, which caused controversy, which since early 20th century, I'm struggling to read here, and appeared in print as early as 1795. So as early as 1795, irregardless has been a thing, and I'm now learning irregardless has been an actual thing. That's why I'm like, what the fuck? It's such a redundant term. It's so redundant, but it is what it is. I thought it was more like, I really thought it was more like what's that word called? Conversate. Because conversate, you would be corrected by teachers and professors your whole goddamn life, and then you look up in 2020 and it was a word. I'm like, when? Since when? What the fuck? But
oh yeah, it's sort of like the word transcendental. You know what I mean? Like, it's transcendent. It's not transcendental. But I remember, like, on, you know, Undisputed, they were saying transcendental for like a whole month straight, and they kept trying to go back and forth, like, is it a word or not? It's not, you know, but maybe it is now. It's probably been created. I'm probably a dumbass and thinking it the same thing.
Yo, I'm no longer ever correcting people and saying it's not a word until I Google it live on air, because this is not the first time this happened to me. This is the second time a word has just popped up in the Merriam-Webster. I'm like, what? That's an actual word, and I'm out here correcting folks? What the fuck is going on out here? But shout out to Brother Jumby with the $5 super chat. Brother Jumby says Duke's crash out was legendary. No blinkers, rush hour, 60 miles per hour across all ignorant lanes. Yo, shout out to Brother Jumby. Jeez, man. I personally think, because I can't wrap my head around that to this day. I'm still perplexed. I truly believe that if he says something that goes the other direction against Daisy, she will like expose the shit out of him. The same way she exposes and goes on about everybody. I think there might be something that she may know that she will expose the shit out of him, and he can't really say anything. I think his hands are tied, to be honest, because it doesn't make sense to me.
Oh yeah, it's like he has some type of like electrical device tied to his nuts. I mean, it feels about like that, because I mean, I don't know what she's got on him. Like, she was there for 4 days apparently, and apparently she got some dirt. Like, he must be very, very deep in the mud, because he will not say anything really controversial when it comes to her at all. And I mean, she's been getting fried up lately too.
He can't even state the obvious when it comes to her. She can be bold-faced, just lying. Something's so wrong, she egregious lie, and he wouldn't even state that. And it's just like, well, she has a reason, and he'll talk around it. I'm like, what? So when he says that type of shit, I'm like, okay, you can't be objective about this chick. Something's wrong, man. Something's wrong. Something ain't right.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with a lot of the stuff like he was talking about on the stream, where people, I mean, because people do over-sexualize shit, like we were talking about earlier. Because even on his stream, people are like, oh, well, you know, I mean, Duke and Daisy sitting in a tree, you know, KIS and all that shit. And it's like, guys, I mean, it really ain't that deep. You can be around, like, attractive women without sleeping with them. I mean, it's called self-control. First of all, I thought in the red pill space, that's what the whole stoicism and be able to control yourself, dick discipline and all that was meant to be about. But most of these people can't exercise any of these things in real life. Like, most people can't control themselves around like a 3 out of 10, and they want to expect somebody else to do the same thing when it's 8 out of 10. They're like, there's no way. I would have just been busting in my pants if I was around somebody like that. And it's like, damn, dude, calm down. Like, calm down, relax. But most people, it just shows that a lot of people, they just not, like, for me, I work around a lot of women, so I have to have a lot of self-control, because I used to fuck up. Oh wait, I'll let you read the super chat.
Oh shit. Oh no, you can continue your point, finish your point so you don't forget it. Now I'll get to the super chat. It's on the screen, so
just go ahead. Mine's easy to remember.
All right, shout out to Brother Jumby, Stay Gold Radio with the $5 super chat. Brother Jumby said he went against the guys over that Panda Express orange chicken bull freaky ass nigga. He a 69 god. Jesus Christ. Shout out to Brother Jumby with the $5 super chat. Hey, yo, Brother Jumby ain't lying.
Man.
He ain't lying, man. Jesus Christ. Said that shit in the funniest way, but hey, he ain't lying, man.
But no, No, the only thing I'll say is like I work around a lot of women, so and a lot of bad women too. So you have to have self control. Now, earlier in my life, like when I was first out of college and I had my first management job, yeah, I struggled with that. Mike Jones effect. Like, back when I was a server, nobody wanted to talk to my ass. The second I put on a tie, all sorts of women were like, "Hey, how's it going?" And it's like, you know what? It became hard to resist some of those, like, I guess advances. So it was tough after a while, but I learned like I wanted to keep my career. You could only watch so many people get walked out the door for committing the same infractions that you were doing before you like, you know what, maybe I'm pushing my luck. So, but a lot of people in real life, they just don't know how to control themselves or have conversations with women. Like the whole incel, the whole fan, fresh and fit fan base, and all these people follow the whatever podcasts and all these other dudes that we talk about on these forums. They're all the same. And that's why they keep going from channel to channel to channel, because they all have the same problems. They don't know how to talk to any women. They don't know how to even talk to guys. They're the same people who are on like gaming channels who just fuck everything around. They're the same people who drop hard ERs behind the screen and don't even understand why. Like they just sit there and just get overly angry. They just start calling people all sorts of crazy names that I'm trying to keep myself censored on your platform myself. But
you don't have to censor shit, man. You could just, we cuss every type of bad word out here. There is no censorship out here at all. Shout out to A-Lady747 with the $2 super chat. Hold up. A-Lady747 said, I was taught irregardless is not a word also, and shout out to you, A-Lady747. Now I don't feel so bad. Now I don't feel like I'm just a lost Canadian out here, the person that was taught wrong and everybody else was taught right. I'm like, what the fuck going on out here? But yeah, shout out to A-Lady747.
Hey, don't feel bad. I live next to everybody at the Daily Wire, so it's kind of funny. Like, you over there living next to Drake, which is funny. I live next to all the super hard conservatives, which honestly, their channels do have some interesting points sometimes. But I don't know. I just want to get on here and talk about that for a minute. Like, it's a good stream. Keep the stream up. It's I don't know. I just find this stuff triggering because I hate when people come out here and they always got to find a cause. Like, the thing that makes me the most mad is she was 19 years old. Like, everybody had life figured out at 19. She just threw the cap in the air after graduation, and you're supposed to sit around and be like, oh, yeah, you got your life figured out, right? Oh, you had a good man. The motherfucker's like almost 30 already, and he's still trying to date her like they were talking. Dude, she was over here just getting ready to get invited to prom, and he's over here about to, get an MIT or some shit and get a advance in his career, be like, hey, what's going on? Like, what are you doing? Like, I mean, nobody talks about the fact that he was a potential predator himself, which no need to dive in all of that. But it's just like, nobody even talks about that angle. Oh, she left a good man. Fuck that guy. That guy was out here just like finding her in high school.
To me, it's so crazy. It's so crazy that these motherfuckers think that women can't leave a dude. Oh, she left a good man. We don't know if he was good to her at all, first of all. And she's a 19-year-old girl. Why in the fuck is she stuck to that dude? She can't leave. She's handcuffed to that relationship. All these guys are literally bitter that some woman left them. And that's what it comes down to. That's why they're mad at no-fault divorces. They're like, what do you mean a woman could just leave me and I married her? It's like, yeah, man, it's life. People can just run your course sometimes. Some people aren't compatible in that way. Some people grow apart. Things happen. Like, there's no reason that you have to force somebody to be with you when they don't want to be with you. And they always talk about the thing that annoys me the most is their hypergamy talk. They're always afraid of a woman leaving them for a better guy. It's like, nigga, this is life, man. Charge it to the game. Like, what is wrong with you losers, man? I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
No, it's mad insecure. Like, it is true insecurity. And like, that's why when women talk about, oh, they got baby mom or they got mama problems, all these other shit, like, I just kind of laugh because some of it's true. Like, you look at these dudes and they look at their past, they have issues. Like, a lot of them have problems at home. They don't get along with people. Most of them just don't get along with anybody. They don't know how to have conversations. They literally just don't know how to fit in anywhere. Like, if they were on a sports team, they had no friends. If they were in a club, they had no friends. They don't know how to do anything is the most frustrating thing to me. Like, they just suck as people, but yet they want the entire world to suck just as bad as they do.
That's what it comes down to. They're jealous, they're mad, they're miserable. They want everyone to be as miserable as they are. They have no interests, no skills, no talents, no hobbies. That's why they're always talking about they can't control themselves around women, because all they are is their sexuality. And that's what it comes down to. And these people are just confused weirdos that are miserable. And this is facts right here. Taylor says they want a hostage, not a wife. This is facts, man.
Yes. Yes. Stay your ass at the house. Don't leave. Don't make me chain you to the bed. It's that kind of shit. Like, you know, please don't leave me. Do not leave me. First of all, did you see my friend come over later? Did you see him come over earlier? I don't want you looking at him. Please blindfold your ass the next time I have friends that come over to the house. Do not look at anybody else who walks through that door. Damn it. What the fuck are you thinking? Whenever I have friends over, when my boys come over for to hang out or watch the game, I need you to take your ass to the back and read a book. Don't you come over here and mingle? What you mingling for? What the fuck are you doing that for? Because that doesn't make any sense. Why would you want to talk to another guy? I already know my friend looks better than me because I don't need you to do that. Like, because quite frankly, I'm thinking you might leave me right now today. Like, what if what if he goes to the bathroom? Are you going to like follow him up in there and start sucking his dick? Like, I mean, is that what's going to happen? Like, I'm just curious. Like, is that what's going to happen next? Please. I'm just, why are you serving him that, like, why are you giving him some tea? Why'd you give him a beer? Why'd you do any of that? Like, that's what these people act like, and that's how they react all the time. It just blows my mind.
Oh, shit, we got Brother Jumby in the back. Brother Jumby, I'm going to bring you up right now. Okay, hold up, chat. Let me move myself out of the way.
I'm honored. I'm actually on a panel with Brother Jumby. Oh, damn, that feels special.
Shit. You knows who I am. I be watching your shit, fam. Don't worry.
You actually watch my channel?
Hell yeah. What? What? The first thing I wanted to say is, this is the first time I got to talk to a Canadian live from Los Angeles.
Nigga, stop the goddamn, get the fuck out of here, man. This motherfucker.
That's the first time. That's all I'm gonna say. And then I took Drake's side. I wanted to be light skinned for the first time in my life, right? For the first time in my life, I picked Team Light Skin because y'all had Cole. That nigga did the most light skin move in history, nigga. And then and so all this is happening simultaneously as a Drake fan that lives in Los Angeles because I'm West Indian, which pisses everybody off. I think my dad want to fight me because of it. My nigga Duke the Don is out here going. I'm talking about it because I got to get it off my chest. Because I told that nigga, I said, hey man, you might want to hold the line abort mission because I don't think you're privy to like proper info. Because I know everybody's all weird about saying shit. I don't think she got a lawyer, but low key, I think I seen those are the type of broads you see on Figueroa. And if you lived in LA or lived anywhere where there was women who sold the punane, you would know that this was an escort, man, in my opinion. Allegedly, I don't want to get sued by a YouTube lawyer.
Yo, Duke lawyered up. Duke is the only one in the equation that lawyered up because he's trying to go after Tree's channel for a specific upload where he said something coded and she took it as a threat. So that he's the only one that had to lawyer up out of this. He's the only one that spent money out of his pocket to grab a lawyer from this problem. And he says he doesn't take YouTube seriously. It's a side hustle for him. He has a career, but he ended up having to lawyer up over this crash out. Daisy ain't suing nobody. Daisy can't even substantiate that cover-up tattoo on her back. So Daisy's dusting it up. She's down in the gulag right now. So she's not suing nobody. Fresh has been quiet the whole time. You gotta watch for Fresh. That motherfucker might be. You gotta watch out for that motherfucker. He hasn't said anything for good reasons because a lawyer would advise you not to say anything. So she better be careful with the slander for Fresh. Even Duke needs to be careful with the STD stuff. I know Fresh is planning something. People gotta wake the fuck up. He's been planning and plotting when it comes to that. What do you call it? Defamation.
Nobody told Duke you never mess with a ugly Jamaican. You never seen no gangster movie. Those are the worst niggas. Ugly Jamaican niggas are the worst niggas, bro. Little Zay ass niggas like. Fresh.
He's not Jamaican, nigga. He's Bayesian.
He's.
Oh, that's even worse. So he just ugly by nature. God damn, that's a potato built ass nigga. Sorry. Anywho, fuck. I don't even, man, he's built bad. God damn, how did I get there? Fuck. What I was gonna
So I
say
need to
was,
stop calling him Fresh Prince STD.
somebody needs to call that nigga a trainer. How you on Fresh and Fit, built like Flacco, bro? This shit crazy to me, bro. This shit insane. But what I was upset about, what I'm still upset with Duke is, and I'm gonna be upset because I love Duke. Okay, Duke, and you're gonna have to explain this to me, nigga. How the fuck you gonna get a lawyer, but you can't read the fucking super chats, nigga? You ain't doing shit right, dude.
Jeez.
You gotta crawl before you walk, nigga.
Holy shit.
How about we read the super chats on time next time, brother? God damn. There were so many niggas saying abort mission in real time. And it was fucked up, man, because I saw Tree sitting back.
You know Duke ignores them shits, right? We cape for Duke, but Duke ignores them shits. You know how I caught him ignoring that shit? Because when someone says Duke the simp, or they say something he doesn't like, he sees that shit, but you don't see the super chat, you don't see the abort mission, but he sees the negative pussies talking shit. So I'm like, of course you clearly see it then, man. You're just ignoring it. It's like the messages I sent him on Discord. It's like those. He ignored them. He's seen them. He didn't want no parts of it. He just conveniently ignored it. It's like, okay, if I'm reaching out to you in public, not on some clout chasing shit, to have a conversation to coordinate this dusty ass crash out, and you're ignoring me, like, what do you expect me to do publicly? Like, the fuck? I'm supposed to be silent. I'm supposed to be Johnny Tight Lips publicly because we didn't get to talk. Like, it's dumb. I don't know, man.
Hold on, brother. Hold on. Maybe we coming at this the wrong way. Hold on, cause I've been thinking about this, and this shit might sound outlandish, but I gotta give him benefit of the doubt. Hold on, I got hold on. I gotta give Duke benefit of the doubt because he's black, right? I know what happened. He took that Dusty Kango hat off and put on that fucking turban. Stop wearing those fucking turbans. Them niggas put them turbans on and think they Professor X. No, you just a bald nigga with a bad hairline who likes soft shit on his head. God damn it. We lost another one. I'm fucking sick, LT. You got Tree out here looking like Kendrick Lamar, calling my brother Duke a 69 god because he got a Panda Express #3 in his apartment for 3 days. You nigga, you eat it the first day, then throw it away. You don't hang out with the leftovers, you weird nigga. The fuck is going on out here, man? You got Dennis Sperling up here giving critiques. If you don't shut your Queen Latifah built ass up, nigga, nobody want to hear from you. You freak. You a 69 god. I've been owning that weird ass nigga since he was hanging out with Anton Daniels wearing a fucking hot dog suit. When you hang out with a nigga dressed like a glizzy, I keep my fucking eyes on you, nigga. I'm sorry, LT. I'm gonna let you get back to your stream. I gotta smoke some weed. God damn it, dude.
Yo, ah, shit. Yo, I need to build up a blunt after that too. Holy shit. Oh fuck, I'm lightheaded. Oh fuck, holy.
Oh. No, that was too funny. No, I'm shocked to know that he watches my videos. Brother Jumby be cooking. You know, one person I will say that is actually really tough on this platform and is way more masculine and stuck in her frame than anybody else that I know is Pearl. I be frying Pearl up on my channel, and I mean, I don't be nice about it. And luckily, as small as my channel is, she ain't came to destroy it yet. And I have said some things that probably should get me in trouble on that channel.
She can't destroy nothing. That's why she hasn't done anything. She can't do anything. She can't dispute your points. I watch your videos about Pearl. They ain't nothing Pearl could say to nothing. Pearl can't say nothing. Pearl has to shut her ass up.
Have you heard about her?
Have you seen the angry reactions on No Jumper when he's speaking about the relationship? Oh man, it's getting real dusty for Pearl. When I seen that interview, I'm like, oh man, it's that bad. It's that bad. Like, he was homeless. She gave him a place to stay. He was around her family and everything. She was just so damn desperate for some dick. Like, yeah, man, she's yikes, man. Pearl. She's a femcel. She's a legit femcel. It's that bad.
Yeah, I just think she forgets that she is an actual woman sometimes. I really do. Like it's bad. Like I'm starting to think that she's had like conversion therapy and she just won't tell anybody about it because she just keeps forgetting the points that she's making is very counteractive to the point that she is a woman. Like, are you aware you're trying to openly repress yourself? Like, I need to be silenced, is basically what she's saying at all times. Put me in the kitchen. Give me an apron. Please, I need to learn how to stir some pots. Anything that makes me be less masculine. I mean, because she's got a hell of a jumper. I even watched that a long time ago. Dude, she can shoot the rock. Like, if this was like 2v2 or if we were playing some co-op basketball, dude, give me Pearl. Because Pearl can spray.
6'3" entry a shooter? Was she Steph Curry? What the hell's going on out here?
Pearl got a jumper on it. I watched it. Like, she had this video a long time ago, back when I was first like making videos. It was actually back on Mike TV's channel. He was back before he got booted off his platform, rightfully so. But either way, I was watching some of his videos and he had clips of her like shooting in her gym or whatever back at home. And dude, she can shoot. Like Pearl got a J on her. I mean, and that huge ass frame. I mean, she would be very, useful as like a 6'3" player. I mean, she would have some spots to be used. A pick and pop, she'd be really good at. And I can shoot too. So I mean, we can make a pretty lethal like 2v2 team. Just saying.
Doubles basketball, yo. The fuck.
Yeah, broken hoop apparently. So I mean, but that, despite the point, I don't get her whole narrative. I don't get anything that she's trying to do. She's trying to go into politics and keeps getting clowned over there. And then I don't know. Now Candace Owens and got booted off at the Daily Wire. I mean, it's just a mess over there as well.
O'Shea said something about Pearl's trying to get reinstated into the partnership program on YouTube in July, I think it is, where she's going up for re-partnership. So she's still hanging on to this YouTube monetization.
Like 3 times, hasn't she?
Yeah. It's that bad. Oh shit. Do I have a whole nother show? I think I'm gonna have to reschedule that. I still have that Floyd show that I'm supposed to do tonight. I didn't even eat dinner yet.
Well, let me get off here so you can get the Floyd.
All right, let me wrap this up. Shout out to Random University. Shout out to Brother Jumby, also called it in. Salute Random University. Y'all go make sure y'all subscribe to Random University. We share his content, his videos when he drops his videos, because I actually watch his videos. His videos are good videos, man. Quality videos, good concepts, great editing. Yeah, shout out to Random University, man. 100% shout out to Random University. Shout out to Brother Jumby. Y'all go follow or go subscribe to Stay Gold Radio as well. Brother Jumby cooks the panel every time he comes up on the panel. Shout out to Brother Jumby. Yeah, Brother Jumby, he had to destroy another Canadian, man. He bodied a Canadian. We have a casualty out here, man. He took out a fellow Torontonian. Man got cooked. It is what it is. You can get marked out. The man was a mark anyway. I don't fuck with that guy. So shout out to Brother Jumby for, taking out one of these countrymen. Countryman got cooked. He started shit he couldn't really handle. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. We're going to wrap up the show, though. We have the Floyd show we're going to react to shortly. I don't know if we're going to get to that tonight. We have a pretty long stream tonight. I don't know if we're going to get to that. But we do have that Floyd show where we call out the lies and the double talk from Floyd. Yeah, we'll get to that. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody that hit that super chat. Shout out to everybody that hit that PayPal, that Cash App. Shout out to everybody that hit that like button. Let me just double check to make sure that I didn't miss any Cash Apps or PayPals because I was missing a few super chats throughout the stream, y'all. Let me check the super chats. Let me just check all these things real quick to make sure we got all of them. There's nothing worse than paying money and not getting your thought out there. All right, I think I got all these. Did I get this one? Huh. All right, chat. We wrapping it up. We got to all of the. Hold on. Let me check the super chats and the Cash Apps real quick. All right, we did not miss any of those super chats and Cash App. Shout out to everybody that hit that Cash App, super chat, PayPal, that like button. We are out. Yeah.